The GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Today, Arkansas Tech and Pittsburgh State take part in one of the rarest events in the country, an NCAA Division II bowl game, one of only 4 in the nation. It's the Great American Conference against the MIAA. The Wonder Boys versus the Gorillas, right here from Razorback Stadium in Texarkana, Arkansas. A pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith down on the sidelines. It's the Pittsburgh State Gorillas, the team who has recorded more Division II victories in all of Division II. How about that? 704 victories as a program against an Arkansas Tech team who's loaded down with talent from juniors. This is a talented team. Can't wait to see what they'll do next year, but we've still got a big game today. Rod Smith is on hand, former Arkansas High football player and Denver Bronco. There's so much to be excited about here today. Joey, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, no doubt about it. And it's a beautiful day. A fantastic day for the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. And you know, what more can you ask? 2 teams that are stacked going against one another today. It's extra action here.
Arkansas Tech out of the Great American Conference this year recorded wins over 2 nationally ranked teams to start the season, Southern Arkansas and Henderson State, to finish with an 8-3 record.
And those were actually, you know, a little bit of an upset at the time, especially that Southern Arkansas win. That was the opening weekend. Southern Arkansas was picked to finish first in the GAC, but Arkansas Tech gained ground, 2 4-game winning streaks over the course of the season.
They finished tied for second with Harding, who is still playing in the NCAA Division II playoffs today against Ferris State. We'll update you on that one. And 1 game behind GAC Conference champion Ouachita Baptist. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh State, a 7-4 record, tied with Central Oklahoma, and 1 game behind Central Missouri, 2 teams that we've seen here in the Live United Bowl.
As a matter of fact, the 3rd team from the MIAA, as you mentioned, and you know, the 1st team to represent the state of Kansas in the Live United Bowl as well. This is a team that started off 2-4 and it's 5 games of the season to get to that tie for 4th place and get to be here this afternoon.
Fort Hays State won the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association with an 11-0 record, but Joey, they were upset in the opening round, 2nd round technically of the NCAA Division II playoffs. They had a bye in the 1st round.
They had that bye, and maybe it didn't work to their favor at that point in time. Take on a very tough Ferris State team who, as you mentioned, is playing Harding even as we speak.
Joey, the MIAA, Northwest Missouri, a team that was national champions last year. This is a powerful conference.
No doubt about it. And who stopped the Northwest Missouri 38-game winning streak? None other than this Gorilla team that we're going to see today.
Pittsburgh State is on a 5-game winning streak coming into the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. And so that means if you look at those numbers, you can do some quick math. They were 2-4 through the first 6 games of the year.
Exactly. It's a rough start, and of course injuries hampered the Gorillas along the way, including their starting quarterback and John Roderick. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. But that being the case, they made the adjustments and they got things taken care of.
Now for the national anthem, here is Arkansas High senior Andy Nadeau playing the trumpet.
After graduation on a music and academic scholarship, he plans to major in pathology. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Nadeau.
Andy Nato, an Arkansas high school senior, he is going to be moving on in the fall to attend Southern Arkansas University, where band director J.P. Wilson offered the largest band scholarship ever offered to a member of the Mule Rider Marching Band. And Andy Nato is also the son of principal of Arkansas High, Eva Nato. Joey, she was also a trumpet player. You might have been able to pick up on that. He learned from his mother the craft of playing the trumpet, and she's also was former band director of Arkansas High. So Andy did a fantastic job there.
That's nice when your kids can follow in your footsteps. I have 5 children, all of them are going to play in band, and actually 2 of them will play a saxophone like I did. Now, I don't know if they're going to be playing out there for the Live United Bowl, so we haven't gotten to that honor yet. But what a great performance.
We know a few people. We'll see if we might be able to set that up in the years to come. We also have a very special C-130 Hercules flying over Texarkana, Arkansas.
C-130 Hercules, by the way, it's being flown by the 189th Airborne. They're based in Little Rock, and this is the longest continually produced aircraft in U.S. history. It's a transport vehicle, and it's got its wings back in the Korean War.
Yeah, it flies over to honor those members, men and women, who have served in our armed forces and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice while protecting, of course, the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day, which includes football. Mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, Rod Smith is on hand for the coin toss. He is a former Arkansas High Razorback. He was a quarterback, transitioned to wide receiver, played college football at Division II Missouri Southern. Paul Smith is going to interview him at halftime, and then spent 14 years in the NFL with the Denver Broncos. A perfect fit to have him here in this game, right?
Exactly. I mean, he represents the area well, and definitely represents the sport of football well. And as these two teams have proven all year long, and they belong here, Rod Smith belongs here. What a fantastic viewing we have right now.
He gave a riveting speech last night at some of the pregame festivities over at the Texarkana, Texas Convention Center.
Gentlemen, welcome. Gentlemen, welcome to the 5th Live United Bowl. Congratulations for your selection in the postseason. This is the coin. The visiting team.
That's heads. Texas and Arkansas is tails, okay? Heads, tails. You gonna call the toss?
Heads.
He calls heads, correct? All right, Mr. Smith.
It's tails. Arkansas Tech is one of the tops. One foot in front of the foot. From the scoreboard. All right, Pittsburgh State. That goal. Arkansas Tech. Arkansas Tech has won the toss, and they will receive. Good luck, men.
Our referee Tommy Little and Rod Smith with the coin toss. Arkansas Tech won the toss, Joey. They want the football first.
Listen, I think that's a fantastic idea. I know we'll get to the keys of the game here in just a moment, but I think one of Pitt State's keys to the game is to get out early in this game. If Tech can take the kickoff, they're not going to defer. They're going to take this thing and try to run it down, score early, and get that early lead.
Arkansas Tech has 2 powerful backs in Brian Allen and Braden Stringer. We'll talk about their numbers in a moment, but it starts with number 12, the senior from in Oklahoma.
Oh, no doubt about that. Ty Reesner, how he goes today will be how this Tech offense goes. He has passed for a touchdown and rushed for a touchdown in 8 of the 11 games this season, including 6 of the last 7.
19 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. We'll talk about the turnover battle and how important that's going to be a little bit later on. The Pitt State Gorillas from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Well, their offense is going to have to go up against a very tough linebacker in KJ Reed, a junior from right here in Texarkana.
Yeah, and he has a way of seeing the field. He'll be everywhere this afternoon. Be watching for that number 40. He's going to be able to spy these things out. And besides all that, depending upon how this Pitt offense decides to go, I expect them to run a little bit more. If he's able to key on that backfield, he should be able to get things done.
Well, it'll be up to Thomas LePage to see how he can throw the ball and run past KJ Reed, the senior from Jefferson City, Missouri this season. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. his numbers don't quite show what a starting quarterback can do throughout the whole course of a regular season because he split time with John Roderick.
That's exactly right. But with that in mind, though, the 5 starts that he's been able to put on in the record book, he's 5-0 as the starting quarterback.
And Ethan Fugit for Pittsburgh State, the senior linebacker from Oak Grove, Missouri. He's a key for this team as well.
Well, Fugit, and we talked about people being all over the field. Fugit is one of those players as well.
We are ready for the opening kickoff in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl as Todd Morrow will kick for Pittsburgh State. It's a short kickoff. We are underway from Texarkana, Arkansas. Taken at the 20-yard line by Arkansas Tech's Braden Stringer, and he will be bottled up shy of the 35. He gets to about the 31-yard line.
Stringer, one of those players that can see double duty. Of course, you talked about the backfield as he splits time with Allen in the backfield, second leading rusher on this team, but he's a key to the return game as well.
Reisner throwing his hands into the air to get things going over at the Pittsburgh State sidelines for that matter. So it's the first play from scrimmage for Arkansas Tech. They're in the green uniforms and Pittsburgh State in the white tops. Stringer elects to give. Reisner gives to Allen. Running off the right side will take it to the 36-yard line.
Like they were showing blitz early. I mean, they're bringing enough up to the line. 8 men on the line that time for Pitt State. They were expecting the run. They didn't allow it, forced the play to go to the outside, and it didn't allow him to cut up the field at the hashes.
Second down for Arkansas Tech. Reisner out of the pistol formation this time. Play action, in trouble. Gets away and finds a wide open man at the 50-yard line. Still going down inside the 40 for Arkansas Tech. What a big game. Chris Eastburn from Arkansas Tech takes the pitch. And Tyshawn Johnson the tackle.
That's how you get your fullback into play right there. I'm not so sure he was in that much trouble. The rollout over there, Reisner knew where the defense was, found a way outside the pocket, and boy, what a great catch.
27-yard pickup for Arkansas Tech. They put it back on the ground this time. To the outside, there's running room. A hard hit inside the 25-yard line as Darian Taylor was able to knock down the running back that time, but it's another big gain on the ground for Brian Allen.
Yes, Brian Allen, his first carry of the afternoon, he does get to the outside. Pitt State sealed it up on that first play from scrimmage. Now they look like they're back on their heels a little bit on defense.
Reisner looks to the sidelines. A lot of running room again inside the 15 to the 10 and down to the 8-yard line for Brian Allen. He was ushered out of bounds by Josh Hornback. Another name we're going to call a lot here today, Joey, from Wichita, Kansas, a sophomore. The safety, he's going to have to draw in and make some better plays because they're getting wide open lanes to run.
They most certainly are, and it's going to the outside, looking for that little screen look, and it was sealed up again to begin with. It's opened up now, and a short field now for Reisner to work with.
First down and goal from the 8-yard line. Arkansas Tech moving on their opening drive. Reisner wants to run it, and he's going to be taken down at the 10-yard line. A good tackle that time. It's Hornback again, and there you go. Close the gap, played in a little closer, and made the play.
And that's designed to Reisner that time. He saw what he wanted. It looked like there was an opening just outside tackle. Hornback, fantastic job to get there quickly. First play in which the Tech offense has been stopped for a negative.
Tight end Chris Eastburn back in the game, lined up on the right side, had a big play on this drive. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 10. Reisner pumps, looks, fires, incomplete. A little bit of contact. There will be no foul call there as J.B. Davis couldn't come up with it. Green Sanders on the coverage.
I'd say a little more than a little contact that time, Michael. Looked like being worn as a cape. Still the pump fake. Great job by the Pitt defense to not buy into the pump fake. Hard fake by Reisner that time. They stayed home and protected.
So here's a huge play for both teams on the opening drive. 3rd and goal from the 10. They lost 2 on first down. Reisner evades the pressure to the 5. Won't make the end zone. Spotting him down about the 3.5, and the field goal team is going to come on to try to get some early points for the Wonder Boys.
Man coverage that time on defense for Pitt State. And when that happens, that's going to give Reasoner opportunities. Now, of course, he didn't have, again, that much field to work with. A short field like that favors the defense. They were able to be in man coverage, but then come off the man in time to get to Reasoner.
We'll talk about keys to the game on the next possession, but this is one of them, the kicking game. Eric Perez is 12 out of 14 this season. Missed his last attempt against Harding, but he's got this one. Arkansas Tech moves the ball downfield. The Pittsburgh State defense is able to stand and hold the Wonder Boys to just 3 points on the opening drive.
A low snap that time. Very good job to get the hold and get it properly set for Perez. Fantastic kick. And I have to say, for Arkansas Tech, you have to be pleased, even though it's not 7 points. You get on the board early. You took care of business. I mean, you ask for it. You know Pitt State's going to have the option in the second half. You got the points early, and even if you match up a little bit, I think that the Tech team has to be happy with the score.
So let's talk about the keys to the game here, Joey. We mentioned Reasoner in the opening. The way he goes is the way Arkansas Tech goes. The turnover margin is something to keep a close eye on in this one. I know it sounds cliche. Everybody talks about that. But Pittsburgh State is +10 in the turnover margin, and Arkansas Tech is +15.
Yeah, and one of the things about Arkansas Tech, not only are they +15, which is huge, a fantastic number, they don't give up turnovers, and they don't give up points on turnovers either. This is a Wonder Boys team that has allowed no points off turnovers all season long. I think it's big if either one of these teams can gain an advantage off a turnover, get down the field quickly, that's going to make a difference. This is also a team in Pitt State against Northwest Missouri. You talk about how to knock off the #1 team in the country. Sting them for 6 turnovers,
wow.
4 interceptions, and 2 fumbles in that win to stop that 38-game winning streak against the 2-time Division II national champion. You can get the turnovers today, that would be big.
Well, and we have seen Arkansas Tech play a little bit more often than we've seen Pitt State. We've been impressed with the Tech defense over the last couple of years and what Raymond Monica, as the head coach, has been able to instill in his players. This is a very good defense, both teams really, obviously.
Well, and they do keep teams to a minimum. They do, it's not just that they're able to stop on every ground. They're going to give a little ground every now and again, but it's a bend and don't break defense.
By the way, an 8-play drive, 66 yards, 3 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock before the field goal, making Eric Perez 13 of 15 this season. Back deep to receive for Pitt State. Kenyon Shurich. Arkansas Tech's kicker with the wind, picked up at the 5-yard line, running out to the 20, 25-30, still going is Tyler Atkins, and Atkins near the 40-yard line before he's taken down. That's a good return for Pitt State.
That was a nice decision to make the cutback. He running out of real estate there near his own sideline, made a cutback and picked up about 5 more yards. That was great blocking.
We'll see the Pitt State offense for the first time. Thomas LePage, the senior quarterback from Jefferson City, Missouri. 926 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Split time with John Roderick this year. He has Michael Rose in the backfield with him. Their first drive will start 1st and 10 at their own 38. Rose has the first carry up the middle. 4.5 before he's gang tackled by the Wonder Boys.
This is an opportunity for Arkansas Tech really to sell out on defense, expecting the run more often than the pass here. But, boy, you have to give Rose a lot of credit. He just bowled his way up the middle through those green jerseys.
LePage from the pistol formation. Rolling to his right as the option, will pitch. Down the sidelines, across the 50-yard line for Pitt State goes Rose, and he's into Wonder Boys territory. Sent out of bounds that time by Jarrett Clayton, the defensive back. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams. Let's head down to the third member of our crew. Paul Smith was listening in to the Arkansas Tech huddle.
Yeah, Michael, as the Wonder Boys coaching staff was sending the team out onto the field before this series, the theme was watch the middle. This Pittsburgh State team with their traditional power offense does like to take it up the middle, so they're going to try to be solid in the middle to slow this one down. Michael?
All right, thank you, Paul. On the reverse, Pitt State knocked out at the 40-yard line. And that was Chris Cale knocking out Lorenzo West, wide receiver. But still good yardage for Pitt State.
And their first play was right up the middle, just as Paul said. Each of the previous two have gone to the outside. Rose going to the far side, and West off the reverse that time. Nice pickup.
Rose again, and this time he's met at the line of scrimmage. Good tackle by Gary Burton.
Burton found his way into the backfield almost at the same time as the snap.
Head coach Tim Beck in his 8th season at Pitt State. He's got a great coaching staff with him, and one of those guys is Steve Rampy, the offensive coordinator, who is one of the architects, you could say, of the pistol formation.
That has become so much the popular formation in the past 5 to 7 years.
We might just see LePage throw finally. Good coverage. That one will go incomplete to Austin Panko, and D.O. Williams was with him step for step.
Well, that was great coverage. But Michael, look at the pressure there. LePage had to get out quickly. I don't know that was going to be a completed pass anyway. It was fantastic defense, but you have to look at how quickly the Tech defensive line made its way through and into the backfield to find LePage and force him out.
So 4th down and 3 for Pitt State. And kind of in this no man's territory early on, they're going to elect a punt, but they have 2 punters, so watch out here. They will actually punt it away. Carter Anchors, and Braden Stringer wants no part of that. It ends up in the end zone, a touchback.
Wow. You know, honestly, like you talk about the first 2 possessions for each team, everything went right for Arkansas Tech. They did get points on the board, couldn't convert with the touchdown. Things go right. For Pitt State, offense started off strong, couldn't get a couple of things to happen, and you have to give the battle of the trenches in the early going to Arkansas Tech on both sides of the ball. Tech holding sway on the line.
See the Pitt State band. Got to see them up close in action last night at the Jeans Barbecue and Boots event. It's a beautiful day here in Texarkana. 64 degrees was our game time temperature. We're up to 67 now. That's about 45 degrees warmer than it was last year out here.
That's balmy. That is balmy compared to the every other year swing that we've seen here in Texarkana. But you know what? As we look at the teams out here, not only is the weather beautiful, the facilities around here, improvements have been made. I mean, this is such a fantastic place for a bowl game. And the folks here at the Live United Bowl, the Agent Barry Live United Bowl, do a great job of hosting.
Alan Brown, the chairman of the bowl committee, has wanted this game for years, found the right connection with Jeff Roberson and then Commissioner Will Pruitt. Commissioner Pruitt from the Great American Conference, and Arkansas Tech, the automatic team in out of the GAC, the top team that does not advance on to the NCAA Division II playoffs gets to compete in this game out of the Great American Conference. The opponent is always someone from either the Lone Star or the MIAA, and the MIAA has fared well here in Texarkana. They're 2-0.
That's exactly right. You go back to 2014, Central Missouri with a victory over Southeastern Oklahoma State, 48-21, and then it was Central Oklahoma the next year, 38-21 over Southwestern Oklahoma State. Again, the 3rd team from the MIAA. First time we've seen a team from Kansas make the trip.
And by the way, Great American Conference team Harding leads Ferris State at the half, 10-7. Look at that crowd we've got here today.
Well, it's a Tech group that definitely knows how to travel, but you're seeing it on both sides. Pitt State team from the extreme southeastern portion of the state of Kansas and make the trip down here to the extreme southwestern portion of the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could almost, well, I couldn't throw a rock that far, but maybe you could throw a rock into Texas.
I don't know. Yeah, probably could. I saw some Texas High orange out here today, by the way, and Rod Smith, who spoke last night, he said, I don't know about being on the Texas side for this event. He said he was an Arkansas guy. There's a rivalry within itself here. You've got two cities basically going, competing in football and other sports throughout the year. It's an interesting place, a lot of fun to be in this area. We're ready to get play going again. 9:37 left first quarter. Arkansas Tech marched down the field, put 3 on the board on their opening possession. And here they go again, up 3-0. On the reverse, this one sent to J.B. Davis. Not much for Davis as he gets out to the 20-yard line. He was met by Ethan Fugit.
Fugit got there, defense shifting around, making its adjustments, still moving when the ball was snapped. And Fugit just keyed on the back and was able to get there quickly.
Officially no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Wonder Boys. Ty Reesner, 2,271 passing yards this year, 19 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Defense creeping in on Reesner. He'll throw quick. Caught at the 25-yard line. Trimble Glasper makes the grab. Met by Creighton Sanders.
A little slow getting up as well. Nice catch. Took a solid hit. He just did a pretty good job of holding on to the ball that time.
Absolutely. He's given 6. It's 3rd and 4. Pitt State making some adjustments. Sending several new players in. It's a big play with a man in motion. Reesner will pass. Back the other way, has his tight end again, Chris Eastburn, and he is a load out to the 39-yard line, a gain of 13, taken down by Darian Taylor.
And all of that is predicated on the block then by Trey Bradley. Bradley had to stay home. The catch is made. It looked like Bradley wasn't going to be there to make the block. Look, there he is. The block, the opening, and the first down.
244-pound Chris Eastburn. Reesner wants to go deep. He has his man. It's caught at the 25-yard line. Can he break away? Therese Hampton can. It's a touchdown for the Wonder Boys on a big strike that goes for 61 yards.
And Hampton actually had to come back for that. He had to wait a little bit for that ball to get there, allow the defense to come up, but then after the catch is made, what a run, a strong run after the catch.
They had the big play from Eastburn a moment ago, then they went for the bigger play.
Well, it's all about the passing game here, I think, now.
First touchdown of the year for Hampton. No good on the extra point, hit the upright. 9-0, Arkansas Tech leads Pitt State. It's the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl from Texarkana, Arkansas.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
in Bend, Oregon,
in Champaign, Illinois,
in Oklahoma,
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
in Jersey City, in Fishers, Indiana,
here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission. A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
Since the year 1916, Christa St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christa St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
Clayton Watson kicking off for Arkansas Tech as the Wonder Boys just put 6 on the board, and they lead 9-0. A little bit of a bobble inside the 10-yard line. Adkins breaks a tackle, 20, still going, pushes the pile to the 30-yard line. And Tyler Adkins, another good return after bobbling the football. He still gets about 22.
Now, Pitt State, I think, needs to have good play from its special teams as well. This is a Gorilla team that's had, you know, it hasn't scored as much as the Tech team has. And some of its points, 7 touchdowns coming off of interception returns, fumble returns, punt returns as well. They need to get good special teams play, and they were actually beneficiaries of a miscue on that previous touchdown with the extra point attempt hitting the upright.
Pitt State has scored 76 first quarter points. Arkansas Tech 107. First and third quarters have been very dominant for the Wonder Boys this year. But Page fires back the other way. Has his man across the 35, a lot of running room across midfield, still going, and will end up out of bounds, but a good play that time. Tucker Horak out of the backfield, the backup running back, a freshman, makes the catch and run. Willie Rose knocks him out.
Well, that is very much similar to what we saw from Tech on the previous possession when they allowed the defense to come through. Eastman able to get that catch and run after the fact on the previous touchdown drive.
He goes for 45 yards, and Pitt State got something going here. Rose. Not a lot there for Michael Rose. 1,000-yard back this year, Michael Rose. 1,003 to be exact.
You know, Michael, these are just two teams that run the ball well. And that's, you know, we mentioned just after the touchdown and coming into this possession, that's why I think the passing game is really the key today, because each team can run the ball well. You're not going to get an advantage, they just run it down each other's throats. That's fine. Somebody has to do something different.
LePage has thrown the ball only 2 times. His first completion was that 45-yard catch and run from Horak, and a false start. Our first penalty of the game gives us a chance to mention our officiating crew. Tommy Little, the referee, Devin Darden, our umpire, David Coleman, the head linesman, Russ Shows, the line judge, Danny Lovett, the other side judge, Michael Stevens, the field judge, and Brian Greenwood, our back judge.
That's just the 55th penalty against Pitt State this year. They're the top team in the MIAA, fewest penalties, 15th in the country. So that's a rare yellow flag.
Only 45 penalty yards per game for this Pitt State Gorillas team. Another one.
Left side of the line.
Well, after the 45-yard completion, Pitt State's lost 10 yards without a play. 2 rare miscues for the Gorillas. Mentioning the running game, and of course that's going to be a common theme today. Had the chance to talk with Dan Wilkes, Sports Information Director at Pittsburgh State. He said after they got thumped by Lindenwood, and it was a thumping.
It was.
That they decided to go back to the running game a little bit more than usual. They lost that game 45-11. The next game out against Washburn, they did not pass the ball until very late in the second quarter. Rose will be met by 3 Wonder Boys inside the 30-yard line, led by Kristen Trammell. But Joey, they waited till 4:05 left in the first half before they threw their first pass on September the 30th against Washburn.
Well, and Lindenwood, not traditionally one of the stronger teams in football in the MIAA. You take like you mentioned, a thumping like that, you have to go back to the drawing board and figure a few things out. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Pitt State with 3rd and 19 a moment ago. It's 3rd and 12 now, or 2nd and 19, now 3rd and 12. I want to go incomplete across the middle. Great coverage. Chris Cale knocking the ball loose.
Well, do you think the catch is going to be made right here? It was a great hit. Timed well. I think that goes for both players there, but we'll give a little bit of credit to the defense.
44-yard field goal attempt coming up here for Jared Vincent. He has not had a field goal attempt in his last 2 games. Austin Panko is his holder. Connor Kefis, the deep snapper. It's a long kick for Vincent, and he missed it. Missed it left. Just his 3rd miss this season. We said special teams was going to be a key to this game. 1 field goal good for the Wonder Boys, 1 miss for the Gorillas.
That's true. That's very much the case. He was 1 for 1 outside 40 yards, but just a little bit left. And you know, really, there's not much wind to speak of here. I mean, it's just absolutely it's calm and pleasant as it can be. So could be a little bit of the opening game jitters too. Just pull it a little bit.
Well, if you're Pitt State, that's some urgency right there. You need some points. You're down 9-0. They don't get it done, and the Wonder Boys offense is on the field for the third time in the first quarter with still 6:10 remaining. Reisner gives on the ground. Running right side is Brian Allen. Past the 30-yard line up to the 32, and so he picks up 5 yards, 2nd and 5 upcoming. Reisner on 2nd and 5. The Pitt State defense still getting lined up. Another give to Allen. Much 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 as we head back to the sidelines. Here's Paul Smith.
Michael standing in the huddle with the Pittsburgh State defense right before this sequence. It seemed like on that first series, the thing that caught them off guard were the slips on the Arkansas Tech offense. They're going to be looking for that and trying to respond to that. The coaches said we've got to do a better job of communicating that to you. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up, how they make switches as we go forward. Michael?
Wonder Boys will try to keep their drive alive. It's 3rd and 4. They go to Eastburn on the ground. And there he is again. Needed 4, picked up 5. He can catch and he can run. How about Chris Eastburn, a junior from Percy, Arkansas?
Well, and what Tech did that time was spread the field. Defense back, safeties back, off the line a little bit. Man coverage on the outsides. The opening there just off right tackle, and it's enough to make the 1st down.
Wonder Boys have been impressive here in this first quarter, leading 9-0. Sending J.B. Davis in motion. It's Eastburn again. Spin off of one gorilla and make it to the 42-yard line, a 4-yard gain.
Little extracurricular activity there. Maybe a little chippy. We're not far enough into the game where it should be too much right now. But you notice the different look that time. Safeties pull back in this time. You had 9, possibly 10 men in the box that time for Pitt State. Selling out to the run, they give up only 3 yards.
His linebackers have been busy. Darion Taylor makes another tackle a moment ago. Reisner in trouble. Gets away, throws, caught in Pittsburgh State territory. Jacob Dean with his first catch, and Josh Hornback meets him right away.
You know, that's one of those plays, too, where you see Reisner rolling out like that. The receivers, just like Dean, finding a way to stay open. He was wide open. Reisner could have picked up another 6 or 7 yards himself. Instead, he makes the great pass.
Ball on the ground. Not a whole lot there that time. Oh my goodness. Eastburn ends up at the 41-yard line and picks up 4 yards on that play.
And you know, it's Eastburn, but I think Braden Stringer may have actually been the one with the ball when they both hit the ground.
It looked like he was stopped dead in his tracks at the line of scrimmage and still picked up positive yardage. 2nd and 6 for Arkansas Tech. During 3 minutes left first quarter, and the Wonder Boys lead 9-0. Reisner wants to pass. He's in trouble. Will unleash, and that will be incomplete. Serious pressure in the backfield that time by Demetrius Bernard.
You know, Michael, that may be the first time this afternoon, even though Reisner has been flushed out of the pocket 2 or 3 times, that's the first real time that he's absolutely been in trouble, had to get rid of it. Pitt State defense now looks like it's buckling down a little bit.
Big play for the Wonder Boys. 3rd down 6 at the Pitt State 41-yard line. Didn't look like things were in sync there, and a timeout by Arkansas Tech with 6 on the play clock. So they elect to take a break. Arkansas Tech 9, Pitt State nothing. 3:05 to play first quarter in the 5th annual Agent Berry Live United Bowl.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years. The security of a shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists. And the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
It's a big play for Arkansas Tech. Joey, they're faced with 3rd down and 6 at the Pitt State 41.
Come out with a new look coming out of the timeout.
Reisner, Stringer in the backfield with him. Throws, open man, another catch this time by Arkansas Tech. And first down yardage as Tevin McKenzie makes the catch. Josh Hornback, the tackle.
Well, that was a breakdown on defense for Pitt State coming out of the timeout. You just can't have that happen for the Gorillas on defense. They shifted things up. Instead of spreading the field, it's all on the wide side of the field and wide open for that catch.
Inside 3 to play first quarter. They will keep it on the ground, but it's Reisner. 25, breaks away, 20. Reisner down the sidelines, 10. He dives, he scores. They have a penalty flag down.
And that may be for the gymnastics move following or in the process of crossing the goal line.
Wrong NCAA sport there, I guess, perhaps. I don't know, we'll see. Standing at the 2-yard line are the officials. Ty Reisner, a 32-yard run. We'll see if it stands. Talked with Coach Raymond Monica about his quarterback a couple of days ago. Here's the call from our referee. And it's a penalty against Tech, so there's not going to be a touchdown. Well, the flag was thrown by the line judge near the end zone. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. That takes away the touchdown. Is that for the gymnastics move?
The flag came in
right there where it happened.
Flag came in after Reisner crossed the goal line.
Could have taken a little while to get the flag out of his pocket, but
you're being generous.
Yeah, interesting. So Joey, as the Boo Birds come in a little bit here, but Raymond Monica said he knew his quarterback could pass. It was when they call on him to run, what he's been able to do this year, that's really made the difference. And I know that was negated, but still a big run.
Well, I expect him to cross the goal line again today with one that stands.
This time, now he's got to run. Now he finds an open receiver, and it is an Arkansas Tech touchdown. Justin Bailey, backup running back, deep on the depth chart, makes the catch and score.
Now watch this, Michael. He's pretty close to going across the line of scrimmage before he gets rid of this ball. Just got, oh my goodness. What field awareness. I honestly, I thought he'd cross that line of scrimmage before he let go of it.
Extra point for Arkansas Tech is good. It's an impressive start for the Wonder Boys. They lead Pitt State 16-0. First quarter action from the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl in Texarkana, Arkansas.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash. No talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you are more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
Clayton Watson to kick for Arkansas Tech as the Wonder Boys lead the Pitt State Gorillas 16-0. 3 possessions for Arkansas Tech, 3 scores. It's a short kick that will bounce inside the 15-yard line. Adkins picks it up and goes full steam ahead past the 25-yard line.
Michael, I have an explanation on the penalty as we're getting word from the press box. The unsportsmanlike conduct apparently started at the 1-yard line, and so that's where the 15 yards was marked off from, and we saw it back at the 16. That is the first time that I have seen that called.
So it was the gymnastics flip, starting at the 1-yard line.
Apparently that's what it was.
Okay. All right. You can dive, you can't flip. There we go. So Pitt State has the ball for the 3rd time. The first drive resulted in a punt. The football is loose. Their second drive was a missed field goal. How is their 3rd drive going to go? They fall back on it. And so the Pitt State Gorillas keep it after a yard gain.
Okay, Michael, I felt like one of the keys to the game for Pitt State was to get out early. That's not happening. It's not happening at all. Arkansas Tech, 3 possessions, 3 scores. And that's even, you know, if you want to call it not really, but a 4th score, they'd score twice on that one. So, I mean, this really is going the way of the Wonder Boys so far.
This is a big possession for Pitt State. They need something to go right. LePage keeps. Thomas LePage, midfield, being chased and will be sent out of bounds in Wonder Boys territory by Jarrett Clayton. Thomas LePage shows that he can run as well.
Well, and it's not just that. He did exactly what you called for there. The offense needed something to go right. They find the opening there, and LePage takes advantage of it.
22-yard pickup for Thomas LePage. First down 10, Pitt State in Wonder Boys territory. Nearing the conclusion of the first quarter. Page to Rose, up the middle, inside the 45, and he'll pick up 3.
Michael, if we had a segment like this, I think it would be a good time to debut a new segment. Know your GAC. Do you know your GAC? This Arkansas Tech defense during 2017 played a game in which it gave up no passing yards, 0 passing yards, had 2 interceptions, and still lost the game. Michael, I ask you, who did they play?
All right, LePage is going to throw a one-handed attempt there by Andy Auding, the tight end. All right, so the question is, they gave up 0 passing yards and lost the game. The answer would have to be their last game of the season against the Harding Bisons, who run the triple option.
That's right. That's exactly right. Who's still playing today, by the way.
And what a game that one was for Harding to win 24-17. They won their last 8 games of the regular season. They've won 2 playoff games now, and Great American Conference is proud of what they're doing. Inside a minute to play. LePage wants to go deep. Not that deep after all. Panko was the intended target, but he ended up basically playing defense there.
Exactly. He had to get over there quickly for that. Well, that's, I mean, you know, and the defense does its job right here. It brings up to the 4th down. But, Michael, you have to look at that. I mean, you've given out. You've sold out. You have 2 interceptions. You give up no passing yards, and you still lose the ball game. I mean, you have, on defense, you have to go, look, we did everything we could.
Absolutely. If everything goes right here for Tech, they will have the ball 4 times in the first quarter. Inside a minute to play. Now the 2 punters. They have a right-footed punter and a left-footed punter. Carter Akers is the right-footed punter. The left-footed one is the backup running back, Tucker Horak. And we were told that if they get in this range, that it could be a situation where they try the fake and run. They've not done that yet.
No, and you know, sometimes that would almost give a sense of desperation. I don't think Pitt State is in a sense of desperation right now. I know they're down 3 scores, legitimately 2 scores, but still, it's just the first quarter. You have time to work some things out. The one thing you don't want to do is run a fake like that at this point of the contest and come up short.
Absolutely. They were at least able to pin the Wonder Boys inside the 20 as the drive starts at the 15-yard line. And it will be a give to Brian Allen. Allen to the 20. 5-yard gain for Brian Allen. Stopped by Willie Cooper, senior from Savannah, Georgia. They want to run one more play before the end of the quarter. Allen again, this time near side. Allen's got room, watch out! Brian Allen tripped up at the 40 and officially out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Josh Hornback saved a touchdown.
Well, they're going to get one more play and maybe two out of this. As quickly as this is reminiscent of the first possession of the contest. They're getting quickly to the ball.
They're going again after a 24-yard gain. Right back to Brian Allen. Gets to the edge and cuts it up across midfield into Pitt State territory. Morgan Salamea and also Darian Taylor on the tackle, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. Arkansas Tech has dominated early. They lead Pitt State 16-0. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith will start the second quarter right after this.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
in Bend, Oregon,
in Champaign, Illinois,
in Oklahoma,
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
in Jersey City, in Fishers, Indiana,
here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission. A mission.
a mission,
a mission,
a mission.
We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
Since the year 1916, Christa St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christa St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless. When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states.
5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. Second quarter starts with an incomplete pass to Tevin McKenzie, and he took a hard hit. Creighton Sanders applying the hit.
He's still down. They're going to look at him over on the sideline now. I guess fortunate for Tech, the tempo of the game, they can get back out there and get another play going while they take an opportunity to look over at McKenzie.
So Tech has 3rd down and 3. A yard ahead of midfield in Pitt State territory. Catch made, J.V. Davis. Can he get past his defender? It's a foot race for Davis, and he's caught from behind inside the 25-yard line. Paul Davis with the tackle. And speaking of Paul, let's head to our Paul. Paul Smith roaming the sidelines.
Thank you, Michael. At the quarter break, went over and I listened into the Pitt State coaches talking to their team. This is not a team that has sounded the panic button yet. They realize, yes, they're down, but this is still not an insurmountable lead. Michael?
Number 25, Michael, from 25 yards out, and Tech is on the board one more time.
They are dominating this game, 22-0. Everything's going right. Do you consider going for 2 here, make it 24-0? Probably not, but
I don't think I would at this point in time. The momentum's all there. Just keep it rolling.
Great kicker in Eric Perez. And Clayton Watson to hold. Kick's good for Perez. got a penalty flag down. We'll wait and see if they'll have to re-kick. We have a holding on Arkansas Tech. We got to have an extra point again.
10-yard penalty, they'll retry it. Michael, well, you know, the Palm squad's coming on the field. They're ready to dance right now. You're going to have to wait just a moment.
In their defense, they took their cue.
That's exactly right. They did do that. This will be marked back 10 yards. Michael, we looked through some of the first quarter stats. I think the one that stands out to me the most right now is this. Pitt State, number 9 in the country, number 1 in the MIAA in time of possession. Not so much in the first quarter. Had the ball for only 5 minutes and 48 seconds of that first quarter. Tech dominated really in all facets of the game.
33.5 minutes a game for Pitt State. Incredible, and yet only, as Joey said, less than 6 minutes so far. Wow. We've got a little bit of an issue here. Is everybody ready to go now? Perez will try it again. The 30-yard extra point. Getting ready for the NFL, maybe. So Perez makes it 23-0.
It's
another impressive drive for Arkansas Tech.
It is, and it's the second penalty of the game against Arkansas Tech, and both times points came off the board, and on the next play, the points went back on the board. So, you know.
6 plays, 84 yards. They've had 2 drives of 80 yards or more already. The first one, the field goal, was 66 yards, and the touchdown before that one a moment ago, a 73-yard drive. I mean, they're on pace for a lot of yards of total offense here.
Well, they really are, and if they're able to keep the ball as well as they have been able to do that, I think that's been the big key. Just this, it's not only the long drives, Michael, it's the fact that they've been sustained drives. They just methodically move the ball down the field, and Ruizer has proven to be so difficult to handle, passing, running. What are you going to do? How do you guard this guy?
You're right, 8 plays, 9 plays, 6 plays. The 4-play drive had the big catch from Hampton. So they've owned the first half so far. Still a long way to go, just underway in the second quarter. It's the 11th all-time meeting between these two teams, and Joey, they're deadlocked at 4-4 and 2 ties. What a better way to break it here today in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl.
Yeah, and the series goes back a long, long way, but you have to think about this. This is the first time since 1986. First time in 31 years that these two teams have met on the field.
And Coach Beck has been in the Pitt State program for 31 years. So he and Coach Monica, the Arkansas Tech head coach, are good friends. Those two shared some time together last night, not only by themselves talking football, but Joey, they got up on stage and had to sing in front of everybody. And let me tell you, they're good football coaches.
You're just going to leave that right there?
I'm going to leave it right there, yeah, because I can't sing either. So, no, they did a great job, entertained the crowd. By the way, Arkansas Tech won the Spirit Award last night in the pregame. I call it pregame festivities, but it's a large community pep rally, a dinner, a banquet, a fun night, and both teams were involved, the dance teams, the cheerleaders, and the bands were there as well. And it was just a great night all the way around. But the Pitt State Gorillas won the Oreo competition. So
that could be more important.
Yeah. We're going to keep this one low-lining squib kick this time. Want to keep it away from Atkins, and they're able to do so. But Pitt State's still going to have good starting field position again as Kendrick Green picked it up on the run, made it out past the 30.
You know, to put a bow on that really quickly, Michael, the Arkansas Tech band was staying in the hotel where I was last night. The team at the hotel right across the way, the band came out, welcomed the team out as they left their hotel for the stadium, played them out into the buses, and played them on through as the buses were leaving. It was fantastic. It was a great show of spirit, and I mean, it's just college football. What a fantastic atmosphere.
So here's Thomas LePage. He was 1 for 5 in the first quarter. He had one 45-yard strike to Tucker Horak. He has to run with it. Met by a couple of Wonder Boys at the 39-yard line. Give LePage 5 yards, 2nd and 5. something Rod Smith talked about a lot last night. There's a lot of young kids, maybe even some adults, seeing their first college game here in person. LePage keeps again, and this time he's met by Seth Culp, senior out of Temple, Texas, as a backup linebacker, had 45 tackles this year.
This play is big for Pitt State right now. I think LePage does need to keep the ball a little bit more like that, but they have to get some passing yards. But right now, on the afternoon so far, Pitt State is 0 for 3 on third down conversions.
71 out of 177 this year. They were converting 40% of their third downs during the regular season. But even that was 6th best in the MIAA.
Exactly. They have to get one today.
It's 3rd and 2 for LePage. He has the option. He's not going to gain the yardage needed. He is stopped a yard shy of the first down.
Well, he does come up a little short. I think it was a wise decision that time not to pitch it back. Really not an opening. He had to hang on to it. Actually, looked at an awkward tackle there. Looked like it pushed his head back just a little bit. Glad he's okay.
Could this be one of those moments where you see the fake? The two punters, Thomas Horak and Carter Akers, on 4th and 1. You know Arkansas Tech is aware of that. Akers is going to send it away. And it's a great kick. 52-yard punt that time for Carter Akers. He got a little bit of a roll.
Wow.
We'll take a break. 12-14 to play. Second quarter. Arkansas Tech rolling so far, up 23-0.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
287 yards of offense so far for the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys from the Great American Conference. Coming in with an 8-3 record, they have run all over the Pitt State Gorillas so far, out to a 23-0 lead in the second quarter.
Well, no doubt about that. I mean, this is a team that's on pace to surpass the 600-yard mark total offense and leave that well in the dust. I mean, you could be looking at close to 700.
And they could add 95 more on this drive. They'll start at their own 5.
You think that's what it is? You let the punt go like that so you can have a few more yards and add the stats, pad your stats a little bit?
Gives us something to talk about. I don't know if the coach really wants it to go that way. It was just an overall good punt a moment ago from Carter Akers.
That really tall person that would miss the layup off the backboard 2 or 3 times to get a couple more rebounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I was that tall person, but I never could make it.
All right.
I just had the misses. Okay. Yeah. So here we see the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys on offense yet again. 12-14 to play, second quarter. Let's face it, Joey, it has not been pleasant for the Great American Conference here in the Agent Barry Live United Bowl outside of the very first year. So GAC fans have to be happy with what they're seeing right now as Reisner fires, and that will go incomplete to his intended target at that time, Therese Hampton.
Well, he was looking, had Hampton open. Hampton not only had to come back for it, slipped coming back at that. Just not a good pass that time by Reisner. Michael, you're exactly right. GAC 0-3 against the field in the previous 3 Live United Bowls. You have to go back to 2013 on an icy, cold night as Harding took that vaunted running attack and ran it all over A&M Commerce, won that one 44-3.
On the game that was postponed by a week because of the weather the week prior, remember? Reisner from the end zone fires incomplete to Drew Wade with coverage again from Keon Inkle.
Well, the coverage in place that time, and we have a timeout on the field right now. Officials will take this as there is an Arkansas Tech player down right now. One of the linemen looks like. But Reasoner forced out, and that you have to say with back-to-back passes like this, he's looked a little uncomfortable in the backfield passing with this possession. That Pitt defense is forcing him to make some adjustments.
Mason Minix, the player down for Arkansas Tech. Last year was the closest margin that we saw in a bowl game. Texas A&M Kingsville beating Southern Arkansas. Mule Rider head coach Bill Keppel is in attendance down on the sidelines. He was the head coach here for a period of time as well. But Kingsville won 24-17. The year before, Central Oklahoma, a 17-point victory over Southwestern, 38-21. Central Missouri, 48-21 over Southeastern. And as we've said, Harding beating Commerce in the first year, 44-3. And of course, last year, as we've mentioned once already, the weather, that became the great equalizer in that game out there. It was just difficult for everybody involved.
It was a real challenge, and a day like that, a game like that, you think favors a running team. Well, we saw it again 4 years ago with Harding playing, but still, if they can, these are two running teams here today, but we just have beautiful weather to see it. That's why I think the team that's going to make a few passes is the one that's going to come out victorious today, and we've seen Reasoner take advantage of that passing yards today. Look at the differential right now, Michael. Tech with 169 yards passing, and Pitt State 45.
Wow. Dealing with the right ankle of Minix for Arkansas Tech. 23-0 our score. Arkansas Tech leads Pitt State. We'll step away for just a moment. It's the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl from Texarkana, Arkansas.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
In an extended injury timeout here in Texarkana, Arkansas Tech offensive lineman Mason Minix. They've been working on his ankle. As we see this again, he is going to be taken off the field on guard. He is standing right now. So we're obviously very hopeful that this injury is not something that's going to be too severe. They are taking him off the field right now, not able to put any weight on that leg as we take a look at this. 23-0 Arkansas Tech leading Pittsburgh State right now. And Michael and Joey, we talked earlier about this mascot matchup. It's a matchup between the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State and the Wonder Boys of Arkansas Tech. I'm not a gambling man, but I would sit here and tell you that's probably the only two schools in the country that have those mascots. And one of the interesting things for Arkansas Tech in the last couple years, they added a new campus ambassador in the form of Jerry the Bulldog. Jerry is on hand here, as he is at many of Arkansas Tech's home events, so I'm sure at some point we'll have him back on camera. Michael, Joey, back to you.
Not only is Jerry the Bulldog on hand, we got to take a picture with him a little bit earlier. Joey and I did, thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Strassner for setting that up for us. We certainly appreciate it. See how Arkansas Tech reacts from the injury. It's 3rd down and 10. Reasoner in the end zone has a man that'll fall incomplete at the 5-yard line. There wasn't going to be much there for Arkansas Tech, as J.V. Davis didn't really have much of a play on that. Keon Inkle on the coverage.
No, he really didn't. And you know what? It'll be the first time this afternoon that Arkansas Tech will come up empty on a possession, scored on the first 4 possessions of the afternoon so far. It's a big win for Pitt State, but the offense has to do something.
Clayton Watson has a 42-yard punt average. Deep in his own end zone as Austin Panko will wait to receive the kick at the 50. High booming kick. Panko fields at the 44. Straight up the middle, breaks one. Can't break the second tackle. Bringing him down is Darian Kane. Got another player a bit shaken up. It's Kane who made the tackle. And he's back up on his feet, hobbling back to the sidelines now.
And you know, as beautiful a punt as that was, as high and as long as it hung in the air, I thought it might be a little dangerous to try to return that. It's a fantastic run.
51-yard punt there for Clayton Watson. The return is in Wonder Boys territory at the 39-yard line. This is a drive where the Pitt State Gorillas have to take advantage of the field position and find some points. Lorenzo West in motion. Handoff, Rose breaks a tackle. Straight through the middle inside the 30 and down at the 27-yard line. It's a 12-yard gain for Michael Rose.
Got a nice screen that time from the umpire into the secondary from Arkansas Tech as he allowed Rose to come on through.
Pitt State has outscored their opponents in the second quarter, 118-41. Let's see if the offense gets moving here. First down and 10 from the Tech 27. It's Rose again. He cuts inside the 15-yard line for Michael Rose, and Quay Rose with the tackle.
And Rose with a touchdown-saving tackle. Rose on Rose that time. Quay Rose, a fantastic defensive player, and that time he just kind of had to hang on for the ride.
Quay Rose, a junior from McGee, Arkansas. A first down run for Michael Rose, the senior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. On the ground again, Rose. Here goes Michael Rose, breaks away to the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt State. 15-yard touchdown for Michael Rose. His 7th of the season.
And Michael, every one of those runs were exactly what Paul had talked about earlier, right up the middle. I talked about the war of the trenches in the first quarter, definitely won on both sides of the ball by Arkansas Tech, offensive and defensive lines. That time, a fantastic job by Pitt State all through that possession to get the openings, and Rose capitalizes after.
Extra point from Jarrett Vincent. That one's good. Pitt State is on the board with their first touchdown. 23-7, Arkansas Tech with the lead. And Pitt State has their first touchdown because of the 1,000-yard back Michael Rose. Here it is again, breaking off of tackles. This is several of the plays from the drive and what he was able to do. We said the running game has to get going for Pitt State. It has started to get going here.
Well, it did, and you're talking about carries for Michael Rose. 34 yards, 13 yards, 14 yards. It was a 3-play, 61-yard drive by Michael Rose.
In 59 seconds.
In 59 seconds.
One thing Danny Wilkes, the sports information director at Pitt State, told me, he said, we're not the old Pitt State Gorillas that some of the older fans are used to seeing, where it's just run, run, run. But we're getting back to that a little bit. Believing in the run game, they certainly believed in it on that drive. One thing for this Pitt State team, they're playing without freshman of the year, Brennan Clemens. He's a sophomore now, earning that award last year. He's out with an injury, one of their key wide receivers, so they're going to have to keep the running game going. Another short kick, this one fielded at the 25-yard line by Drew Wade. Wade has about 6 yards before he's dropped.
Pitt State, I said they'd have to, over the course of the afternoon, to get back into it, they'd need to convert on a third down. They didn't have to. Their first scoring drive of the afternoon. I mean, first down pickups every time.
Well, we mentioned that the second quarter has been fruitful for this Pitt State team this year. Outscoring opponents 118 to 41. Need a few more to get back in it. A quick first quarter, but slow-paced second quarter. Reisner pumps, runs. Reisner has about 4 yards before he's brought down. Linebacker Demetrius Bernard coming in to apply the tackle.
I like the play call there for Arkansas Tech. Reisner keeping that defense honest, looking to his right side, making everything happen, goes back to the left. So I think if they spread it again, it's going to open things up for both Reisner and that passing attack.
After the 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Reisner constantly shifting those backs. Gives to Stringer, met in the backfield and tripped up. Darion Taylor meets him for a loss of 4.
I think he started at the Razorback at midfield. I'm telling you what, he had a bead. Took that on a line, he didn't flinch and got there quickly.
The Pitt State band playing, the fans on their feet, feeling the momentum on their side right now. A touchdown a moment ago, and now they have forced Tech to a 3rd and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Pitt State looks like they're coming at them too. They've got pressure on Reisner, it's batted down! Willie Cooper with his left hand on it to knock it away.
And I'll tell you what, Michael, Reisner gave up on the play after it was batted up in the air. Cooper could have reasonably caught that ball as well. He was headed for it too. So Tech on back-to-back possessions now has come up, not only have they come up short, they've come up empty.
Absolutely. Not able to cross midfield on either of the last 2 possessions. Clayton Watson to kick, Austin Panko back to receive. Another high kick. And a fair catch called for. It'll be a 52-yard punt with a fair catch from Austin Panko. 23-7, Arkansas Tech still leads, but the Gorillas back in possession and got a touchdown a moment ago. We'll see what they do here next.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
John Roderick now in the game for Pitt State at quarterback. So a touchdown a moment ago, all on the ground with Michael Rose, and head coach Tim Beck has elected to go to what is typically his starting quarterback. Roderick has been the starter over the last 3 seasons, but he's missed 12 games due to injury. Roderick will keep, and he has first down yardage. Needed 6 and picked up 8.
Pitt State fans wanted a little bit of a face mask after the fact. It was close, could have been there. But you know what, Michael, I mean, if the running game is working, Roderick may be the man to lead that running game.
297 rushing yards for John Roderick with 1 rushing touchdown. Through the air, he's passed for 698, 60 completions.
Well, and you know, Michael, with 297 rushing yards, and as much as he's been out this season, he's still the 3rd leading rusher on this team.
On the end around Lorenzo West. He's out past the 35 to the 37. And Christian Trammell with the tackle, but we have a penalty flag.
Late on the play, I think the Tech bench wanting something like a hold.
Our Referee Tommy Little, a holding call on Pitt State will back them up. So John Roderick out of Webb City, Missouri. His father, John, is in the Pitt State Hall of Fame. He actually coached with Tim Beck in the late 80s. He's since been the Webb City High School coach since 1997. Joey, they're one of the powerhouse 4A teams in the state of Kansas.
Just right there, right next to Joplin, down there in southwestern part of the state.
Lorenzo West cannot get any momentum that time. Trey Chisholm stayed with him and tracked him down. Let's head down to the third member of our crew. Here's Paul Smith.
Michael, after Pittsburg State put its first points of the game on the board, the Arkansas Tech offensive coordinator told his team, watch the blitz. They're going to start coming for you. It seems like they have a couple more adjustments to make on the offensive end when they go back out on the field. Michael?
We got 7:26 to play, second quarter. Thank you, Paul. Pitt State trailing 23-7. Catch made by the Gorillas that time. Brandon Franklin, a sophomore from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Pitt State still has a long way to go here. Third down and 14.
Yeah, just the second completed pass of the afternoon. The quick strike, the slant. But if it's low like that, not going to be able to pick up the yardage necessary.
So LePage with one completion, Roderick with one. And here's John Roderick, pumps once, now throws incomplete. Lorenzo West was open, that one was airmailed.
Wide open. Can't ask for much better than that. That pass was just, it sailed.
Defense for the Wonder Boys hold. And the punters will come out for Pitt State. Drew Wade and Braden Stringer back deep to receive for Arkansas Tech. It's got to be one of the more unusual situations to have two punters. Braden Stringer picks it up at the 40, and he's going to pay for that. He was hit hard by Morgan Salamea. He was able to get a couple of yards.
Well, you're right, though. It is a little odd to see two back there. And I mean, both looking like they're expecting that snap to come to them.
Good stop by Arkansas Tech there a moment ago. I asked Coach Raymond Monica about his first couple of seasons at Arkansas Tech. Didn't go the way he wanted to. He was building a program. I said, do you feel like you have a winning tradition now? And he said he was just coming out of a recruiting meeting. Got to recruit all the time, even when you're playing in the bowl game. And he said, I was looking down the list. We got a lot of juniors, a lot of players coming back. We've got players coming in that they hope will add to the Wonder Boy tradition. And yes, he feels like he has got the Wonder Boys back to where they need to be.
Well, they've definitely shown it here today. One of the things I liked about what Coach Monica said also was the fact, it's a different feel at this time of year. You're playing in a bowl game. You have the opportunity that many other teams don't have, and that's these extra practices with the kids. And he was talking about, he sees it as more than just the extra practices. He sees it as time with the young men.
Tevin McKenzie, a catch from Reisner that will go for a first down. He picks up 6.
That's one of the things that can build a winning tradition for you. When you know you're building a family unit and you know that it's players that can keep coming back and being a part of the program. If the players want to work for you, they're going to work that much even harder.
Absolutely. Reisner on play action. Goes deep, and that is intercepted. We have a penalty flag. There was a foot inbounds, it looked like, for Pitt State's Paul Davis. Let's see about the penalty flag.
The flag came in a little bit late. Looked like it was thrown after the catch was made. And that was a beautiful catch. Now let's go back to how that catch was made, Michael. This is Reisner throwing off his back foot again. Pressured. Looked like he just a little bit late getting it off. And that one from the previous play. That was going to come up a little bit short anyway around. But again, the flag coming in after the catch was made, so you would have to think I would think.
pass was incomplete. No interception there. No foul. I was wrong on one. Referees were wrong on one, I guess. I thought maybe he had a foot in bounds.
Anyway around. I think whatever was being looked at would have happened after the, well, now incomplete catch or incomplete pass.
Second down. I think the referee said 4th. That's what I heard. Maybe I heard it wrong. I don't know. I was confused. We'll get settled back in here. See Stephen Watson coming in. This is a backup right guard. How often do those guys get mentioned? But he's 6'2", 280. So 2nd and 10. Reisner goes to Allen. Allen has a little bit of an edge to the sidelines. Now it closes on him. He makes some positive yardage happen. They'll spot him inside the 40. 38-yard line, an 8-yard gain.
Well, the Pitt State defense spreading the field a little bit. Allen did a great job with the spin move. He cuts back to the inside. Look here, he doesn't let his momentum take him all the way out of bounds. Watch, he stops and spins in reverse, comes back, stays in bounds. He picks up the extra 5 yards that way.
It's a short 3rd down with an empty backfield. Now Allen will set up to the right of his quarterback, Reisner. Play action, quick fire, McKenzie, catch. First down, Arkansas Tech with a tackle by Creighton Sanders.
Reisner's been out of rhythm in passing through this second quarter. But I'll mention something about that first down play and the incomplete interception that wasn't, the flag that wasn't. It looked like Reisner wanted to get rid of the ball, get it out of bounds. You have to be a little bit, you have to be pinpointed a little bit better. He left too much room for error that time, and it could easily have gone the Pitt State direction.
23-7, Arkansas Tech leads Pitt State. They're inside 5 to play in the second quarter. Taking a little while to get everybody back in sync here. 1st and 10, Arkansas Tech at the Gorillas' 32-yard line. Reisner to throw. He's looking for McKenzie in the end zone, and it's incomplete to Tevin McKenzie. Coverage that time for Paul Davis.
Hard-fought battle down the field. Give credit to Davis that time for staying with McKenzie. McKenzie quick as a wide receiver, and Davis just stayed with him. A little bit of hand checking between the two of them.
I like that call there, though, Joey. 1st and 10, go for a big strike. He's been moving the ball downfield all throughout the first half. Now it's about getting the first down in these next 2 plays. Reisner to Allen. Allen, strong run inside the 25. He's right there at the sticks. And it's a first down. He picks up the 10 yards. Levi Wyrick with the tackle.
Well, if you're a Tech fan, you have to like that call on first down as well. What it does is it forces that defense to back up and prepare. Pitt State in pass defense that time and in zone coverage, they backed up and gave all kinds of room for the Tech running game.
You got a flag on the play. Demetrius Bernard actually with that tackle a moment ago. The rules are getting complicated these days, but it's good that we get an explanation. Illegal substitution. So 1st and 15 for Arkansas Tech. Reisner with Allen to his left, a 4-wide receiver set. Reisner under pressure. Bernard was chasing him. Catch made, Jacob Dean. Dean makes the catch at the 16-yard line. Keon Inkle with the tackle.
Well, and Reisner, he paid the price for that, but he did sell out to that pass. It was either Dean or nothing. And Dean had to come back in to make that catch.
Dean leads the receiving corps. 594 yards on 50 catches at the end of the regular season. 2nd and 4 for Tech. The give goes to Allen. He's tripped up at the 15-yard line and ultimately taken down.
It's going to be close, but I think he's going to come up a little short.
Third and about a yard here for Arkansas Tech.
Tech 5 for 8 on third down conversions so far in the first half.
And inside the red zone this year, 49 of 55 for Arkansas Tech. A staggering 89% of the time, they come away with points. Allen shifts, moves inside the 5, and tackled by Jose Spear. He almost had another touchdown.
Unbalanced line that time. Watch this setup over here. Blockers, many blockers on the right side, and still Allen makes the move back to the left.
But that stop and cut right there.
You know, the way that was set up to, I mean, it almost looked like Reasoner was set up not under center but under left guard. It was so unbalanced.
Reasoner's going to go under center this time. Allen stood up. No gain for Brian Allen.
Allen on the carry.
So 49 of 55 in the red zone, 39 touchdowns, 10 field goals. When they're inside the 20, only 6 times this year they have not come away with points.
Tech scores here on the ground, and that's not reasonable.
Tanner Gaines in on the play, and he does not get much either. See if Gaines stays in there or if that was his one play. Pittsburgh State takes a timeout. We'll step away as well. Back in a moment. It's the Live United Bowl from Texarkana, Arkansas.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
While enjoying an Alaskan cruise, Texarkana resident George Coleman experienced pain in his back and arm. He got home Sunday, came to Wadley Regional Medical Center's emergency department Monday, and had 4-vessel bypass surgery on Thursday. Thanks to a successful surgery, George is doing great. At Wadley, you have access to advanced treatments, plus innovative surgical options, plus the backing of our entire heart care network. Choose Wadley, because every emergency matters. Wadley Regional Medical Center, in partnership with physician owners.
1:08 to play until halftime. We're going to have some music coming up at halftime. The bands of Pitt State, Arkansas Tech, looking forward to that. And Rod Smith is here on hand. He's going to be interviewed by Paul Smith, along with Alan Brown. The Bowl Committee Chairman will be interviewed as well. We've got plenty coming up for you at halftime. But before that, Tech knocking on the door of another touchdown as Ty Reasoner is back in.
Tech can, if Tech keeps it on the ground, a score here puts them at 350 yards rushing on the afternoon. That's in the first half. Or excuse me, total yards.
Wow. Reasoner with a man in motion, gives to Allen, has a blocker. Allen crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Wonder Boys. 29-7, Arkansas Tech leads Pitt State.
350 yards in total offense. There's a minute left in the first half. Wow. And that's with that is with 2 possessions that have come up just, I mean, bankrupt.
It's a 13-play drive for Arkansas Tech as Perez will attempt the extra point. Bobbled snap, picked up by Watson. He'll have to run it, and he might just get in. He does! Clayton Watson adds 2. It's all going right for Arkansas Tech. 31-7.
There's a lot of coach speak that comes out, but I have heard coaches before say that's how you know you're living right.
I was semi-joking earlier about going for 2 because things were going right. Obviously, they were trying to just add the 1 there, but Watson a heads-up play, and Arkansas Tech leads 31-7. against Pitt State. I talked a lot about Pitt State scoring in the second quarter, but don't be shocked by this number. The Wonder Boys have dominated their second quarter as well, 139-72. First in the Great American Conference in total points per game at 40.6. They're way ahead of that average right now.
Expected something like that today. Expected both these teams to score well against one another with the running game, but you know what? It's just been demonstrated so much better through the first nearly 29 minutes by what Tech's done today. And it's broken up by what Reasoner can do through the air.
Tyler Adkins back deep to receive for Pitt State. Again, a 13-play drive, 58 yards. They chewed up 5 minutes, 31 seconds of the game clock. Here's Watson. Strong kick from Watson. No return there, out of the back of the end zone. So we had a little bit of talk about mascots earlier, Joey. We're here in Texarkana, Arkansas, home of the Razorbacks.
Exactly.
My very own father asked me, is everybody in Arkansas just the Razorbacks? Other people may have that question, I don't know. No, just the University of and the Arkansas High. Now, if you don't know, you need to know this trivia question. It might show up on Jeopardy someday. The high school actually had the Razorback mascot first. And the university approached the high school about using the name, and they said yes, but we want something out of the deal. As Roderick looks to throw for Pitt State, that'll go incomplete to Panko. You want to take any guesses as to what Arkansas High got out of the deal in the early 1900s?
Real Razorbacks.
What's that?
Real live Razorbacks.
No, but I like, well, they're all over here too. I like that answer. Used athletic equipment.
Oh, there you go.
Was the trade.
There you go.
I think we got the raw end of the deal for Arkansas High people, but you know, we got the name right. As Roderick will throw at the 35-yard line, and the catch is made by Brendan Franklin. You know, it's 1910. Maybe the equipment hadn't been used that long. They go back to Franklin again, another catch, and he toes to the sidelines. Sent out of bounds by D.O. Williams.
You got a lot of folks out there on the farm taking care of things. Any equipment like that would be in. Lots of changes in the last 100 years.
That's right. After the pickup of 7, it's second down and 3. Roderick starting to fire now. And he has Austin Panko with the catch at the 45-yard line. Kristen Trammell with the tackle. Timeout by Pitt State. Taking a look at some of the first half stats here in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. The big thing you need to know, Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 7. So you mentioned it earlier, 350 yards of total offense for Arkansas Tech. No turnovers by either side. That was one of our keys to the game. 15-7 in first downs, and time of possession both belong to Arkansas Tech.
Yeah, the time possession, I think that's as big as anything. I mean, Arkansas Tech really they've been able to dominate each one of those possessions. They've just taken care of business. And there were 2, I take that back. Pittsburgh State held to a 3-and-out and forced the issue a couple of times, but just the methodic offensive play by Arkansas Tech. And notice the balance here on the left side of the column there, where you're talking about passing yards and rushing yards. 181, 142. I mean, it's been a balanced attack, and the Pitt State defense has been on its heels trying to keep up.
An NCAA Division II update for you here. Harding University has defeated Ferris State by the score of 16-14 on a Tristan Parsley 20-yard field goal as time expired. And for the second year in a row out of the Great American Conference, Harding is advancing. Only 4 teams left in the D2 playoffs as Roderick continues to go to work. This time finds Andy Otting. He kind of tripped up, but Way Rose able to be there for the tackle.
This is actually farther than last year. Harding advanced only to the quarterfinals. That's where they met Northwest Missouri State in the quarterfinals for the Super Region 3 championship. This is a step farther. This is huge for Harding. and I believe for the GAC
Did I get my sports
as well.
confused? I was thinking Harding women's basketball.
Harding women's basketball made it to the Final
They
Four
were in the
last year.
Final Four. Roderick with Rose to his right. Panko moving in motion. Finds Panko, catch inside the 10. Quay Rose wraps him up high, and he was also dropped low by D.O. Williams. Now Pitt State with 18.7 to play until half takes their third and final timeout. We'll step away for the break. Back in a moment on this.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
John Roderick has his team set up 2nd down and 6 at the Arkansas Tech 8-yard line. And Roderick wants to throw. Pitt State out of timeouts. Roderick to the end zone. Incomplete pass. He says he caught it. The referee agrees. Brendan Franklin, touchdown Pitt State.
A different look that time. Tech backed up, zone defense, gave room, expecting the run. Miscommunication and a great catch.
Came down with it long enough before it was knocked out. Tech 31, Pitt State 13. Jared Vincent, extra point. 13.2 to play until halftime. Vincent makes the kick and makes it 31-14. Tech had the ball to start the game. Pitt State's going to have it in the third quarter. Now, Tech's going to have a few seconds to deal with possession here, but I imagine they're going to kneel it down unless they get some sort of big return. We'll see what happens.
About 2 minutes of game time ago, I would have thought, well, it's great for Pitt State to get something, see if they can make something happen and open the second half. What this can be for the Gorillas now is an extension of momentum. They have really, really moved down the field. Great clock use, too. Often you hear about, that team didn't manage the clock very well to end the quarter, to end a half. This time, Pitt State did just that. Great use of the timeouts, had them to work with, and just picked apart the Arkansas Tech defense. And really, that final play, there were just miscommunications there. Pitt executed. They're going to go to the break with something positive, and of course what it gives Coach Monica and his staff, they definitely have something to take into the intermission right now, because even with 31 points on the board, 350 yards of total offense, they have something to go in and have a burp in their saddle right now for the way that defense played that final possession.
Both of the scoring drives coming in less than a minute. 8 plays, 75 yards, 55 seconds. Their previous scoring drive was 3 plays, 61 yards in 59 seconds. Eastman fields the kickoff. Chris Eastman breaking a few tackles. We're down to less than 10 to play until halftime as Chris Eastman takes it out to the 42.
It was a good run, but I'll tell you the biggest thing that Eastman did right there, both arms around the ball.
Right.
Hang on to it, don't give something up quickly.
Do you throw one downfield here?
I wouldn't think so.
Put it on the ground. Not the clock, perhaps. Tech taking a while before heading to the field.
I would be conservative here.
Let's see what Reisner decides to do here. In addition to our halftime interviews, we've also got the Robert St. John Band concert at halftime. It's Allen. He's shaking defenders. Gets about 14 yards, but that's the end of the half. What a first half for Arkansas Tech. Dominated the first quarter of play. And at halftime now here, Joey, it's 31-14.
Well, and Pitt State gets a lot of that yardage back off the last possession, the touchdown drive. They get points on the board. They're going to have the ball to come back in the second half. But it was clearly the Wonder Boys and that Reasoner-led offense on display in the first half. That has to be the storyline so far.
I don't think they need 364 yards in the second half, but can they keep up what they've done in the first half? 364 yards of total offense.
All right, I'm standing here with Wonder Boys head football coach Raymond Monica. Coach, you have to be happy with what you saw out of your offense in the first half.
Oh, absolutely. Offense did a great job moving the ball up and down the field. We did give away a couple plays here. Hate for them to score right before the half, but you got the lead right now, and you better be happy.
You scored early and often, and then they came up with a couple stops. What adjustments you make after that?
Well, the thing about it, I think there was a couple mistakes by our part. I think we got a great plan. We come off the second half, see what kind of adjustments they make, and we got to adjust as we go. But feel pretty good about it right now, but we still got 30 minutes, got a long way to go.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to step aside, take a break. It's halftime here at the Agent Barry Live United Bowl. Back in a flash.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
in Bend, Oregon,
in Champaign, Illinois,
in Oklahoma,
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
in Jersey City, in Fishers, Indiana,
here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're on a mission. We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
A mission. We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
Since the year 1916, Christa St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christa St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
When you freeze something,
it's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
While enjoying an Alaskan cruise, Texarkana resident George Coleman experienced pain in his back and arm. He got home Sunday, came to Wadley Regional Medical Center's emergency department Monday, and had 4-vessel bypass surgery on Thursday. Thanks to a successful surgery, George is doing great. At Wadley, you have access to advanced treatments, plus innovative surgical options, plus the backing of our entire heart care network. Choose Wadley, because every emergency matters. Wadley Regional Medical Center, in partnership with physician owners.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare, to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
in Bend, Oregon,
in Champaign, Illinois,
In Oklahoma,
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
In Jersey City, in Fishers, Indiana.
here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
we're on a mission. We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
a mission,
A mission.
A mission.
the mission.
We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
Since the year 1916, Christa St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christa St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
While enjoying an Alaskan cruise, Texarkana resident George Coleman experienced pain in his back and arm. He got home Sunday, came to Wadley Regional Medical Center's emergency department Monday, and had 4-vessel bypass surgery on Thursday. Thanks to a successful surgery, George is doing great. At Wadley, you have access to advanced treatments, plus innovative surgical options, plus the backing of our entire heart care network. Choose Wadley, because every emergency matters. Wadley Regional Medical Center, in partnership with physician owners.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare, to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
31-14, Arkansas Tech leading Pittsburg State here at halftime of the Agent Barry Live United Bowl. I'm Paul Smith. I'm joined at this time by Bowl Chairman Alan Brown. And Alan, just another outstanding event here at Razorback Stadium.
Thanks, Paul. I mean, we work hard. We're in our 5th year now, so we've kind of got the routine down pat. And we couldn't do it without all the sponsors that we have. Certainly, we've really enjoyed our relationship with the Great American Conference. You can see today we got a great quality football team out of the GAC in Arkansas Tech.
One of the things that really sticks out is just the red carpet experience that these teams have gotten. Both teams have remarked about. It really does feel like a big-time event coming down here.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, Jeff Robertson and I, when we started this game, you know, we've been able to go to some Division I games, and we've seen halftime entertainments. We've seen a number of things, and we were able to build off of that so that we can give these kids a D1 experience. And when you see these guys that have just assistant coaches that have been in D1 schools, former players that transfer out of D1 and play here that get a chance to go somewhere and play, and they come and tell you that, hey, this was as good as I had when I was at Louisville or somewhere like that. It makes you feel good. And when you hear somebody like Pitt State's athletic director, with you know the history of Pitt State and how many wins they have and how many postseason opportunities they've had, they come to Texarkana and say, you guys have created the premier D2 experience that these guys want to come to, and makes you feel good.
Alan, thank you for taking the time for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to step aside for just a couple of minutes. We'll be back with Rod Smith, NFL All-Pro, back in just a couple minutes. This is the Agent Barry Live United Bowl.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
Welcome back to Texarkana. A bit of a homecoming for my guest at this time, Texarkana native and Denver Bronco legend Rod Smith. Rod, thanks for joining us.
Oh, man, this is awesome, man. I brought the weather with me, too. I heard the weather's been terrible the last few years, so when Alan called me, I said, well, I'm going to bring some weather here, because if I wanted to stay cold, I could have stayed in Denver.
Well, now you're on the hook to keep coming back, because they've certainly ordered up a Chamber of Commerce day. But, you know, you played on this field. Well, maybe not this field. It was a little bit different, but you started right here at Arkansas High School. You made it to the top of the NFL, two-time Super Bowl champion. Talk about your start here and what that meant to you and how that prepared you.
You know, one thing that was awesome about being here and growing up here was the people, and I shared that last night with all the guys at the banquet we had. You know, you got to collect good people, and I had some awesome people here in Texarkana who always been by my side. I was just talking to one of the great friends of my coach when I was here, was this Coach Bill Reed, and, you know, and the guy, he saw something in me that I didn't see in me, and he pushed me to get it out, and honestly, it took me, I keep it with me everywhere I go in my life, and so the people in the city, my family in Texarkana has embraced me, so I'm always trying to, you know, represent us very well.
You can identify with these guys here on the field because you yourself were a Division II football player at Missouri Southern. You know, you see a lot of guys from Division I make that jump, but for someone for Division II, and you look out on this field, you know, talk about what that meant to you and how you see that as an avenue for these guys.
You know, I told them last night at the banquet, and individually I sat with both teams and did some stuff. And I said, man, you know what, at Division I, they got a lot of great players. At Division II, we have some as well. We don't have as many, so you got to go out there and put your best foot forward every chance you get. You know, there's always a camera on you. There's always somebody watching, but I can promise you this, in the NFL, they watch tape of Division II just as well as they watch tape for Division I. And if you stand out, you'll be going to that next level. And I promise you, somebody on this field today will be playing at the next level and prepare. Hopefully, they'll win a Super Bowl.
have to ask you, when you were picking out your outfit today, was it a temptation to wear your Missouri Southern gear?
You know what? It's always a temptation to wear Missouri Southern gear. I see Pitt State and I'm kind of cringe because they used to kill me, man. For 3 years, they just slaughtered us. My senior year, we finally got them, and I don't think we had one for 20 years after that. We finally won one a few years ago, but it's a great game, man. You know, I'm really shocked that, you know, the way Pittsburgh State started kind of slow, but Arkansas Tech, they're moving the ball very well. The defense is good. The special teams is good. It's a great football game, and hopefully everybody in Texas County is enjoying it. We want to continue to build this thing, and Allen and the group, man, Mr. Berry, everybody who put this thing together, man, it's an awesome thing.
One of the things you mentioned to the teams, we were talking to them last night, was the impact that a game like this can have on a local kid here from Texarkana who's maybe never been to a college football game.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're here and you see something live, especially when you experience it, you can picture yourself in it. And so for a guy like me, I grew up on the other side of the tracks over there. If I would have got to come to something like this, you know, at a certain age, you know, this kind of stuff has an impact. When I was in high school, we went and visited Grambling State University, watched them play football, watched their band. I said, this is college football? I said, I want this. And, you know, eventually I went to Missouri Southern. Our band wasn't near as good as Grambling State's band, but the thing was I got to experience college at a high level, and it took me, honestly, it carried me forward throughout my years.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, appreciate it.
We're going to step aside. We'll be back just a couple of minutes. A live performance from the Robert St. John Band. And fans, don't you go anywhere. This is the Agent Barry Live United Bowl.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Since the year 1916, Christa St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christa St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
At halftime in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl, Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 14. The Robert St. John Band, they've been together for 30 years performing here at Razorback Stadium for the crowd. They'll be on the field about 10 minutes, and then we'll have the second half.
Let's go! Come on, baby! Let's get down! On the guitar, Mr. Scott Stewart, do it, baby! colors of purple, where people running everywhere. I tried to run from my destruction, no, it didn't even care. Say 2002, at the Live United Bowl, 1999. Woo! 1999. I want to feel the funk, y'all. Look at here. You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on now. Just need your body, baby. Woo. Just tip down now. I wanna be your fantasy. Maybe you could be my heart. Yeah, you just leave it all up to me. We can have a good time. Yeah, you don't got to be rich. Be my girl. You don't got to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign. Practical with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. I think I'm gonna dance now. Woo! Get up now. On a good foot. Woo! You just love a parade. Do it, Tuck. Come on now. Got to. I'm gonna need some help singing this one, folks. You all know this. Never wanna cause you any problem, baby. Never wanna cause you any pain. I only wanna one time see you smiling. Woo-hoo-hoo. Only wanna see you smiling in the purple. Help me now. Purple rain, purple rain. Sing it, you got it. Hey! Purple rain, purple rain. Come on now. Come on. Purple rain, purple rain. Only wanna hear you laughing in the purple rain. On the saxophone, my sax player, Mr. Richard Walker. All right, I'm here with Pittsburgh State head coach Tim Peck. 2 quarters. The first quarter, not the start you wanted, but your team really responded in the second half. What did you tell your team about keeping that going?
Well, you know, we got off to a really slow start. We fit some bad plays really bad on defense and gave up some big scores and some big runs. And then, you know, they got after us, bottom line, most of the first half. But, you know, we're down by 17. We got a full half here to play. And so our message was we got an opportunity to get right back into this. We need to do something with this opening drive.
Coach Beck, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll send it back to the Robert St. John Band.
Thank you. We'll see you next time. God bless. God bless. Robert St. John. Thank you so much.
It's the Robert St. John Band. They've been together for 30 years. We're just about ready for the start of the second half in the 5th annual Agent Berry Live United Bowl. Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 14. In the first half, Pitt State 264 yards of total offense, 364 for Arkansas Tech. Individually, Brian Allen, 154 yards on the ground. Reasoner nearing 200 yards passing in the first half. What else sticks out to you, Joey?
The fact that 9 of those 12 first downs for Pitt State came in the second quarter. Really couldn't get much going in the first quarter. They make the adjustments that they needed to, at least to put some points on the board and stay in this game, as they're going to receive the kickoff, I believe, to start the second half. They have that option. They'll get the ball to start the second half. That's what stands out to me, because Tech just dominated the first quarter and did, just play good, solid ball in the second.
If Pitt State equals their time of possession in the second half, that would be 25 minutes, well off their season average. They've got to have the ball a little bit more often in the second half. Now, I'd say that kind of out of both sides of my mouth, because their 2 scoring drives have occurred in less than a minute. So I guess as long as you're scoring, that's all that matters. But you would think that you need to give your defense a little bit of a rest, put together some drives that might give your team some real sustained momentum.
Well, and the same thing holds true. I've said that Pitt State's going to have to convert on third down. They're 0 for 5 now in the first half on third down. Now, they still have 12 first downs, but once the Tech defense settles in and locks in, they have not been able to really keep it going. They have to get those sustained drives, and they have to convert one of these. 0 for 5 on third down. Arkansas Tech, meanwhile, 7 for 10.
A few highlights from the first half. There was a couple of big pass plays, and Michael Rose on the ground for Pitt State was really the highlights in the early going. And Brian Allen, 17 carries, 154 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns. So while there were a couple of big pass plays that maybe set up some momentum plays, it was really all about the rushing attack in the first half.
And there you saw Brian Allen as well. And what stands out to me about the rushing is the fact that, we said these 2 teams could carry the ball. You see Allen just tearing down the field, 17 carries for 154 yards. He's averaging 9.1 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. Michael Rose equals that, 9.1 yards per carry. He has a touchdown as well on 9 for 82.
Tevin McKenzie had a couple of big catches in that first half. Ty Reasoner's numbers, 11 of 20, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long pass of 61 yards. That went to Therese Hampton on a touchdown. We are ready for the start of the second half. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith. Cameron Lumpkin in the booth with us today as well. And Arkansas Tech is going to be kicking that low lining kick again. They want to keep the ball away from Atkins, or at least make him work for it, as it will not be Atkins, but instead it's Kedrick Green. And Green is out to the 36-yard line, and that's where Pitt State will start on offense in the third quarter. So they scored a touchdown right before the half, again on a short drive. Time of possession-wise, they went 8 plays and 75 yards in 55 seconds. Remember, they used their timeouts effectively there. Part of the reason their drive was less than a minute. John Roderick starting the second half at quarterback. Thomas LePage started the game at quarterback. And our first play from scrimmage in the third quarter is a Michael Rose carry outside the 40. He's stopped down at the 43-yard line. And KJ Reed, the Texarkana native, makes the stop.
And that's not unexpected at all. That's where this offense left off in the first half.
Pickup of 7 brings up 2nd down and 3. LePage out of the pistol formation. Roderick. He's throwing. Receiver makes the grab. Just shy of the 45-yard line. Lorenzo West makes the catch. And Seth Culp with the tackle.
The Tech defense very aggressive in the first half. Backed off that time. Each one of the defenders well behind his man in coverage. Man coverage that time. Receivers were wide open. Roderick had his choice.
First down 10, Pitt State. Wonder Boys 46-yard line. Roderick out of the pistol formation, has the option. Roderick keeps after a fake. Inside the 35-yard line, wrapped up by Culp again at the 31. That's a 15-yard gain for John Roderick on the ground.
Well, that's an option that's executed as well as we have seen all afternoon, and probably one of the best you may have seen this season. Held on to the last moment and then held on a little bit longer.
John Roderick ended the regular season with 297 rushing yards. Again, has been a 3-year starter for this team, but hampered by injuries. He keeps one more time. Hard hit, barrels forward, and picks up positive yardage. 4-yard gain for John Roderick.
2-4 as a starter this season is Roderick on the team. He's been ably replaced during mid-game, and twice he's actually started a contest and gone down during that game. And LePage has had to come in and fill for him.
Tim Beck, in his 8th season as the head coach, actually played football with Roderick's father. John Roderick's father in the Pitt State Hall of Fame. Lob pass, open man, caught, 20-yard line. Inside the 15 is Lorenzo West. KJ Reed with the tackle at the 11-yard line. That's a 17-yard pickup.
How big is this, Michael? This is a Pitt State offense that completed one pass through the first quarter plus and really got nowhere. The passing game has picked up. Roderick's come in. He's not expected to be the better passer of the two. He stepped up, completed some passes, and the girls are on the move.
And his teammate LePage went 10 of 26 in the first half. Actually 10 of 16, excuse me. Penalty flag. While they sort out the penalty flag, we talked about how good Arkansas Tech is in the red zone. You know what? The same can be said for Pitt State. Not quite the touchdown numbers, though. 46 trips in the red zone. They've scored 38 times, 25 of those touchdowns to go along with 13 field goals.
Number 74, offense.
This will hurt their chances of scoring. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
74 is first unsportsmanlike at the end.
Well, and what makes it worse, after a play like that, it's first down. It is a dead ball foul after the fact. It still becomes second down. They move it back to 15 yards. Talking about red zone chances on the afternoon, Michael, both teams 100%. Pitt State 2 for 2, Tech 3 for 3.
I wouldn't expect much less. Again, Arkansas Tech scoring points in the red zone on 89% of the times when they reach the 20-yard line. So a 4-wide set as Roderick's out of the pistol on 2nd and long. On the ground to Rose. He cuts, met by a man, keeps going. At the 20-yard line, will be brought down. He was first hit by Eric McPherson, but Rose was still somehow able to get 5 yards on the play.
I think we're seeing something in Rose. It's very similar to the way the Tech running backs, if you ever watch Tech on the ground, and it doesn't matter who has the ball, these backs just continue to churn those legs. I mean, push, 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 push. They've had some smaller backs back there. As a matter of fact, for Arkansas Tech, Brian Allen at 5'11", Braden Stringer 5'7", 188 yards. He just keeps pumping those legs. Well, you see that for Rose for Pitt State as well. Just keeps pushing well until the end of the play.
3rd and 18, Gorillas could be facing another long field goal attempt. Roderick pumps. Roderick to the end zone. West makes the catch. Lorenzo West, touchdown, Pitt State.
We have a ball game.
See it again, the pump fake. Perfectly placed pass.
I don't think Clayton so much bit on the pump fake, he never saw the ball coming. Watched West get past him, and he was just trying to play catch-up at that point. A beautifully thrown pass by Roderick.
Pitt State scoring to end the half, now scoring to start the second half. Jared Vincent's extra point to make it a 10-point game. Pitt State's right back in this thing. Arkansas Tech leads by 10. It's the 5th annual Agent Berry Live United Bowl from Texarkana, Arkansas.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
A touchdown drive for the Pitt State Gorillas. Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 21. 8 plays, 64 yards, 3:38 off the clock. And they're right back in this thing, Joey.
Yeah, capped up by that 19-yard completed pass from Roderick to West.
Drew Wade, Braden Stringer back deep to receive for Arkansas Tech. Todd Morrow, the kicker, he has got an interesting approach to kickoffs. Keeps it low. This time gets it up in the air a little bit. Wade will field at the 7-yard line. Wade has some running room to the 20. Still going 30, and he's tripped up past the 35-yard line. Wade marked down at the 37.
Now the big thing then for Tech becomes how do you respond? You know, that the opportunities they have to talk about the defense. Okay, the defense just gave it a drive on the opening possession of the second half. How does this offense now respond? It's been firing on all cylinders so far. It has to keep up because this is not going to be a Pitt State team that just goes away.
Right. Brent Dearman, the offensive coordinator for Arkansas Tech in his 3rd season. We'll see what he has drawn up. It's Reisner under center, and the handoff goes to Braden Stringer, breaks 1 tackle, makes it to the 40-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup for Braden Stringer. Josh Hornback gets the tackle. Joey Dearman was previously on staff with Gus Malzahn at Auburn. Now he's making some news again here in the state of Arkansas as Gus Malzahn might be going to Arkansas, maybe not. He's got Auburn in a situation where they could be in the college football playoffs. 2nd and 10, Reisner fires. McKenzie the catch. Tevin McKenzie. Not a lot of running room that time for McKenzie as Creighton Sanders met him after the catch.
Now he may have given up a yard there, and I think listen, Malzahn may have at least 1 or 2 more games to coach while he steps at Auburn, so that's going to keep all these Razorbacks fans on the, front of their chairs just waiting. If you're a Razorbacks fan, are you cheering for Georgia today?
You might be. Big 3rd down for Arkansas Tech. They need 4. Reisner's going to throw, and he finds Tevin McKenzie again. We have a penalty flag in the backfield, but Tevin McKenzie makes another catch And Carter, Jonte Baldwin brings him down.
Well, it would have been enough for the first down. It's likely going to be a hold against Tech that brings this one back.
There's the call. Very few penalties in the first half. Pitt State had 3, Arkansas Tech had 3.
Combined 50 yards. That's not that much.
We mentioned Pitt State's the least penalized team in the MIAA. Tech averaging about 67 yards in penalties in Great American Conference play this year. That ranked 5th. Reasoner's got to set up something different here on 3rd and long. He's under pressure, throws, that's incomplete to Tevin McKenzie. And it's good coverage from the Pitt State Gorillas, Paul Davis.
Well, it was. It was good coverage, good pressure that time. Seema Thomas coming through for Pitt State. Found his way into the Tech backfield and just never went away. That was great pressure on defense.
We're going to see Clayton Watson. He'll kick for the Wonder Boys. Well, Austin Panko's expecting a deep kick here. He's inside his own 15 right now. Line of scrimmage, the Wonder Boys' 33-yard line. And not the best kick there from Watson, but it's going to get a really good bounce and end up out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 43-yard kick. Timeout with 9:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 21. Well, you said it, Joey. How would Arkansas Tech's offense respond? That's not what Coach Raymond Monica and his team wanted.
No, 3 and out there, and just really actually had the opportunity of the holding penalty. Brings back what would have been a first down, and they couldn't pick that up after the fact. So, no, I'm a little bit surprised by that. It's an offense that really should have carried momentum on through. It's an offense that really hasn't been stopped. It's been slowed down a couple times, but hasn't been stopped in the first half.
Not surprised at all that this Pitt State team would come out and make it a game again. They have a rich history of winning, 704 all-time Division II wins. Coach Beck led the team to a national championship in 2011. He was National Coach of the Year, and rightfully so. He has a .713 winning percentage here at Pitt State.
You know what, I think at Pitt State, if your winning percentage is less than 600, you can, how does that even happen? A program that has more than 700 wins now.
It's unbelievable.
Division II, it's amazing.
They're in the top 35 of any college program, by the way, in amount of wins. They might catch those Razorbacks one day. They're in that list, by the way, too. Here we are at Texarkana, Arkansas's Razorback Stadium, home of Arkansas High School. They've done major renovations before the start of the year as well. And, one other caveat to this area, I know some people may not be too familiar with it, but at the high school level, the biggest rivalry in the state, maybe states, is when Arkansas High plays Texas High in football on this field. It was here this year. The stadium renovations were complete, and the Texas High coach had quit his job there and is the coach at Arkansas High now. So it was a great rivalry. This field has seen some great games, not only at the high school level, but the college level, and I think we're in for another good one here in the second half. Pitt State has the football. John Roderick is going to throw. He's going to his main man, Lorenzo West. Kristen Trammell from Arkansas Tech will get credit for the tackle, but West is starting to make a lot of catches now.
He is. He's getting open opportunities off the Tech zone defense, and that is another one of those examples. We see him right there, just steps up, mid-range pass. Don't have to pick it all up at once. Possibly, this gives a free play for a run right here.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Roderick keeps, met in the backfield. No gain for Roderick. Chris Cale the tackle.
You have to think right now, 3rd and close like this, the running game hasn't been utilized as much other than Rose. It's been Rose or nothing on the running game right here. I'd be surprised to see a little play action.
Roderick out of the pistol. Rose a yard behind him. Roderick up to the offensive line there to Knows this is important. We got a penalty flag. Play clock was at 11. Ball start.
Changes the entire complexion of the series.
There's the center, Bo Farrow. It absolutely does. 3rd and 2 turns into 3rd and 7.
Different units coming out on the field for both sides right now.
Lorenzo West at the bottom of your screen, along with Panko in the slot. Austin Panko has had some big numbers this year. He has 2 catches in this game. Roderick with time finds West at the 40-yard line, and he's down. And 2 Wonder Boys standing there looking at each other. Neither one was available for the coverage.
That's exactly right. They backed up in the zone once again. Opportunities there for West. He's been picking this thing apart. And you don't have to get the big play. You just pick up the 7 yards. They got 8 or 9 right there. That's all they needed.
1st and 10, Pitt State at their own 41-yard line. Trailing by 10, less than 8 to play, 3rd quarter. Roderick runs the option to the right, slips. They may give Roderick 1 or 2 by the time this play is done. Gang tackled by Arkansas Tech. Seth Culp off the bottom of the pile.
8-man in box that time for Tech, expecting the run. Whether it was going to be Rose or Roderick staying in the middle that time, it was bottled up.
Just a beautiful day for football. We started the day at 64 degrees and wonderful December afternoon. Roderick keeps on the option, and Tremmel there. Kristen Tremmel goes low and knocks him down. 3rd and 7 coming up.
You know, it's plays like this for Pitt State. They have been successful on the option so far, but you'll notice that time it was broken up because it's slow developing.
You're right. I think it's a passing down now. Roderick needs the Wonder Boys 49-yard line for the first, and incomplete. Receiver slipping, falling down. Michael Rose at the 50-yard line.
If he keeps his feet, he's likely to catch that right about the 1st down marker. He lost his feet. Ball was well thrown, but to no one in particular.
So the punters will go out for Pitt State. If you missed the first half, they have a right-footed punter and a left-footed punter, both of them set up in formation as if who knows what might happen. Ankers is the one that usually kicks it away, and it will be Carter Ankers. Tech's going to let that one roll, and it is another good one for Carter Ankers. Arkansas Tech's going to start inside the 10-yard line when we come back from Texarkana, Arkansas.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
A big punt from Carter Ankers that time. 48-yard punt. Ty Reesner and Arkansas Tech starting inside their 10-yard line. Gives to Braden Stringer, breaks a tackle. And upended at the 20-yard line with the tackle made by Paul Davis. Spot him at the 21. That's a 14-yard gain. And Arkansas Tech is out of the shadows of the end zone.
That's as big as anything in that play, Michael. You keyed on it right there. It was a great punt, and Tech just needed to get the ball out into the field somewhere and have a little room to work.
6 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Reesner, play action, throws. That's going to go incomplete. Not much there anyways for the wide receiver, Drew Wade. And good coverage.
That was Baldwin in on the play that time to knock it down.
So Arkansas Tech had 364 yards of offense at halftime. They gained 21 yards here in this third quarter.
And 14 of it on one play.
Reisner with all of his receivers at the top of the screen. He's looking that way, and he finds Tevin McKenzie. He is bottled up. There's nothing there for McKenzie. Demetrius Bernard. It's tough to get around this 6', 233-pound junior from O'Fallon, Missouri, Demetrius Bernard.
You know, and McKenzie that time really he's the safety valve. As Reisner just had to get rid of the ball. The pressure really picking up now. I think that's one of the defensive adjustments. They're not sending the house every time, are the Gorillas, but they're really, really keying on getting into that backfield.
It's 3rd and long for Arkansas Tech at their own 22. Movement on the line, could be a free play. Reisner throws incomplete. That defensive line jumped.
No doubt, more than one.
There we go, our referee pointing the wrong way a moment ago. So 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 4. And again, like we saw in the last possession for Pitt State, now you've got a different play call here perhaps. Probably still passing, but you don't have to go as deep.
I was going to say, I would imagine it's still a pass play here. But you're right. You come out, you run a little 5-yard route. If you're there, you don't know where the sticks are. That's the key here. Know where the sticks are.
Stringer, the running back, in the backfield. Reisner fires to Stringer, knocked away. Sema Thomas, the sophomore from Independence, Missouri.
He's listed at 6'1", Michael. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm telling you what, he can get that arm up in the air. Wow.
That's a big play for the Pitt State defense.
Coach Kim Anderson for the Pitt State's basketball team might want to look at him a little bit.
I need to find.
I'll bet he clears space in the lane.
I bet you're right. Almost had a block there on the punt attempt, and it is a beauty. Austin Panko fields at the 10-yard line, and he is going nowhere. My math is not very good, but that's a 62-yard punt. Wow. No wind really to be accounted for right now.
Oh no, that flag could not be hanging down any more straight than that. It is a still day here in Texarkana. It's a warm day too.
It absolutely is, but we'll take that over what we had last year. Sunny skies, 71 degrees. So John Roderick and Pitt State start at their 14-yard line, 13-yard line, and they go right back to Lorenzo West again. There's no answer for him right now. Now he's not getting big yardage, but making a lot of plays.
No, he doesn't need to, and the way Roderick is threading the needle with these passes too, I mean, he has just put on a clinic finding exactly the right spot.
First down for the Gorillas. John Roderick to throw again. That one is caught. Ramsey Hamilton makes his first catch. Met by several Wonder Boys. Seth Culp, the tackle. Six-yard gain, 2nd and 4. Thomas LePage started the game. John Roderick has taken over since. Throw to Lorenzo West one more time. He's trying to get around the defender, Dio Williams. Williams brings him down.
Michael, I think another thing that's going well for Pitt State right now is the play of the offensive line. Roderick has time because of what the line is producing for him. 3 players on this offensive line, 300 plus. You know, the smallest player on the field right now, or at least on the line for Pitt State, the center, Will Farrow, 6'3", 261. It's a very slim 6'3", 261 compared to the rest of the players there. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job for Roderick.
Panko on the end around. Austin Panko. Quay Rose misses the tackle. Panko still going. He's into Arkansas Tech territory. And Dio Williams will be the one that ushers him out of bounds. That offensive line, 6'4", 290 average. So, yeah. It's another methodical drive taking place here from Pitt State. They have 15 on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry here, I think. John Roderick still looking to the sidelines. Down to 6. Can they get a play off? They do. Roderick to Rose. Rose bounces off of one defender, met by Kristen Trammell. 3-yard gain for Michael Rose, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I would have been really surprised if Pitt State hadn't gotten the play off at that point in time. They use the clock so well.
Yep.
No need to, panic, call a timeout there. Plenty of time. And Roderick calmly taking care of business.
They may be sensing, too, that if they can eat up some more time, then a score makes it a one-possession game, and clock starts to become a little bit of a factor. Roderick throws, and that will go incomplete. That one goes incomplete that time to Brendan Franklin. That'll make it 3rd and 7. You know, the wide receivers coach for Pitt State, Matt Carlskent, in his 2nd season. Name might ring a bell to you.
Exactly.
Spent some time at Southeastern Oklahoma State, one of the GAC schools. Incomplete pass. Lorenzo West, the intended target. Well, he got hit by the penalty flag. He'll probably be okay with that. Mike Sherwood on the coverage is going to be called for pass interference. Looked like he was all over his back there against Lorenzo West.
Now they've started converting on 3rd down. This one's going to come by way of the penalty. But you knew it had to happen. You knew that Pitt State was eventually going to get one of those 3rd downs to come through.
So Pitt State keeps the drive going. Trailing by 10. We're late in the 3rd quarter now. At the Wonder Boys 35-yard line. West in motion. Play action for Roderick. He's going deep down the field. It's too far out in front of Austin Panko. That falls incomplete and brings up 2nd and 10. So the penalty's starting to stack up against Tech.
And you get back-to-back huge penalties, which allow for 1st downs on each. Now, don't forget, Michael, lost in the penalty there. We didn't have time to say something. The fact that the receiver beat both defenders by a good 3 yards.
Yep.
And maybe going back to that a little bit later on. Shorter field now with which to work.
Well, Pitt State's in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. It's been a successful spot here today for both teams. Roderick to Rose. Big open hole for Rose. And he's driven backwards, but he's going to have forward progress. Kristen Trammell brings him down. He'll be stopped officially at the 12 and 8-yard gain.
He just lowers that head. The senior playing his last opportunity. He's making the most of this.
Look at this again. Most guys would have gone down right there.
I'm telling you, it looks, if you put him in a green and gold jersey, I mean, he's going to look just like the way those Tech running backs go. Just keep churning those legs.
2nd and 2 from the 12-yard line. You said it earlier on 2nd and 2. Maybe they could go for a pass play. They'll keep it on the ground again. Rose is met by Seth Culp. Culp takes him down for no gain.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the run here. You know, you talk about the receivers out there. They don't have to run the long routes. Shorter field right here. Bring in the big package.
Inside a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Roderick back to the sidelines. Got 5 on the play clock. They do run it. It's a wide open lane for Pitt State's backup, getting a touchdown. The Gorillas, Keon Shurich, scores a touchdown.
You send everybody in there. Talk about the line doing its job blocking. Fullback as well. Shurich, just the opening on the left side.
It's a 6th touchdown of the year. We have a 1-possession game. And Eric Perez has the extra point blocked. That is a live ball there. That's going to be a big block right there. Arkansas Tech's Trey Chisholm with the block. Less than a minute to play, 3rd quarter. We're back here in just a moment from Texarkana, Arkansas's Razorback Stadium.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
In Bend, Oregon.
in Champaign, Illinois,
In Oklahoma.
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
In Jersey City. In Fishers, Indiana.
Here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
we're on a mission. We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission. A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
Pitt State puts together a 9-play, 88-yard drive, 4 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. Now, blocked extra point keeps it a 4-point Arkansas Tech lead. So, a couple of special teams plays have gone the way of the Wonder Boys, a 2-point conversion. Now that block, that could play a factor down the stretch. On the return for Arkansas Tech is 2 penalty flags now as Drew Wade had to carry out to the 29.
Well, they're just saving those flags up. They could easily have thrown them the last kickoff that Pitt State had. There were a couple of blocks in the back that were let go, I believe, as do the Pitt State fans as well. They got more than one in. And I think that's, a credit to this kickoff coverage team for Pitt State. I mean, they're quick down the field. Tech on the return unit they're having a hard time keeping up with them.
Joey, Pitt State's been outscored in 1 quarter this year. It was the 3rd quarter. Outscored pretty heavily, in fact. Arkansas Tech outscored their opponents 126-38 in the 3rd, but it's an opposite of that today.
Collectively in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, right. Not here in this game, but it's been all Pitt State in this 3rd quarter here today. And we got more yellow on the field. Man, their flags are flying like dead canaries right now. All over the place, and it's not going the way of the Wonder Boys.
Trying to see all those dead canaries flying, but that was, if you notice there, Allen. Got Allen back there. He took the direct snap, and it just didn't go right.
So now Reisner is in his own end zone taking the snap. On 1st and long. Give to Brian Allen. Allen to the 10-yard line.
Brian Allen on the 10.
Basically made up what was lost. Just a little bit more.
They'll give the tackle to Levi Wyrick. I don't know if Tech will run another play or not. 3rd quarter winding down. They're heading over to the sidelines. We have 1 quarter to play in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. Arkansas Tech 31, Pitt State 27. Don't go away. We've got a game for you.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
While enjoying an Alaskan cruise, Texarkana resident George Coleman experienced pain in his back and arm. He got home Sunday, came to Wadley Regional Medical Center's emergency department Monday, and had 4-vessel bypass surgery on Thursday. Thanks to a successful surgery, George is doing great. At Wadley, you have access to advanced treatments, plus innovative surgical options, plus the backing of our entire heart care network. Choose Wadley because every emergency matters. Wadley Regional Medical Center, in partnership with physician owners.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross that's been trusted for 65 years, the security of a shield accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Since the year 1916, Christus St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice.
Start of the fourth quarter will start with an Arkansas Tech run by Brian Allen. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith. It's a 4-yard gain for Allen, bringing up a crucial 3rd down and 6 here for the Wonder Boys. Arkansas Tech leads 31-27, but Joey, they were outscored big time, 13-0 in that 3rd quarter.
You know, this is big for Pitt State because this season, when the Gorillas have gotten behind, it's been very tough for them. Haven't been able to come back. Not at least a deficit of 24 points. And they're well on their way to that right now.
Reasoner to run, wide open lane for Ty Reasoner. He slides after the 1st down yardage. He's to the 25, an 11-yard gain. Design play?
I think so. I definitely think so. Hey, let's stay with that Pitt State stat really quickly. Time of possession, huge in that 3rd quarter. Actually, you have regained the lead in the game. 24 minutes to roughly 21 minutes.
Reasoner will pass, finds Jacob Dean inside the 30-yard line. There's not a lot there for Jacob Dean. Well, and that also led to outgaining Arkansas Tech in offense, 173-28. Just 28 yards of offense for Arkansas Tech in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and game total for Pitt State of 431.
Have a player down for Pitt State.
Michael, I think Tech needs to go back to the past, just what they're doing right now. Fire a few more of those through. The first play, and I believe a designed run, as the field was spread for Reasoner. He saw the opening, he played it, knew exactly what to do with it, spread it out again. Got to have a couple more completions on the outside like that to get this defense out of the middle of the field.
Sophomore from Wichita, Kansas, Josh Hornback was the injured player for the Gorillas. Arkansas Tech has 2nd and 5 from their own 29-yard line. Reasoner will shift his fullback, Chris Eastburn. Another handoff with not much there for Arkansas Tech. Maybe 1 yard for Allen. Yet to see a turnover in this game.
Oh, you're exactly right. And not even fumbles that weren't lost.
Right. Arkansas Tech entered plus 15 in the turnover margin. That's 4th best in the nation. Pittsburgh State plus 10, 20th in the nation. Chris Eastburn gets the carry, and he has the 1st down yardage again. I said it earlier, he's a load. When you need some yardage, you can go to the junior.
Yeah, and not only was that big, that's the first first down, third down converted for a first down for Arkansas Tech in the second half.
Wow. So 1st and 10 at their own 35. Sema Thomas got the tackle. We were told he can close up some gaps. Pitt State will be relying on him here in the fourth quarter. Reasoner gives to Allen again. Allen trying to cut it outside. Will pick up 3 before he's brought down. Darian Taylor gets credit for the tackle, the junior out of Manhattan, Kansas, and also Sema Thomas. Ned Bingaman, the sophomore defensive end from Overland Park, Kansas, checking into the game. Starting line defensive average of 6'2", 253. Reasoner on play action, too high. Tevin McKenzie downfield, couldn't come up with that one. The double coverage as well.
Well, and the route just sent him that way. Had to have a little bit more of a post look, and it allows the other defender to come over. Still like the pass play. Looks like it's going to be another third down passing game.
Termo Glasper, a junior wide receiver out of Dallas, Texas, checks into the game. 4 wide receivers set for Arkansas Tech. Low snap, under pressure is Reasoner. Throws, and that one is caught but out of bounds. Jacob Dean not in the field of play with a flag down.
Nobody on the offensive line moved.
Right.
It was almost, it had the look of a trick play, but I think they knew the flag was down.
Wow, so they knew, you're right, offside's on Pitt State.
Well, you're trying to time the snap, and Pitt State's had the momentum on its side right now. Defenders maybe just feeling it a little bit too much and did not time it right.
Good thing Reasoner was able to get away.
Yeah.
He was in trouble. This is Gaines in the game now. And Gaines has the first down yardage. He's tackled by Willie Cooper, but Tanner Gaines, a freshman from Hector, Arkansas, picks up a big first down.
I'll tell you what, I don't even think Reasoner was all the way off the field. It looked like he still had a foot in bounds, well away from the play. You know, he's not going to draw the ire of the official, I don't think. But another big third down converted.
The penalty sure changed the landscape of that. The freshman quarterback in, pick up a couple of yards on the ground. 1st and 10, Arkansas Tech at their own 47. Reasoner play action again. Looking to the middle of the field, and it bounces off of the Pitt State Gorillas, Morgan Salamea.
Well, you know, you talk about the play across the middle, but it all comes from Thomas once again. Sema Thomas making it into the backfield again. And Reasoner's been running for his life when he's back there.
Salamea is a freshman. You know he wants that one back. You were told that it's very rare for a freshman to have playing time for Pitt State. By design, most of these guys are red shirts. He did not play the first 2 weeks of the season, and then Coach Beck said, I have to have him on the field. Almost had an interception. Reasoner, he's looking downfield. It's J.V. Davis, can't hold on. Coverage from Junte Baldwin, and Baldwin is hurt.
Davis just about has this. I mean, once, twice. They're not quite there again.
Yeah, I was calling each letter by each bobble. As he bobbled, it was J.V. Davis.
There you go.
Didn't quite hold on to it, though.
You know, I had the opportunity to interview the new head coach at Southwestern Oklahoma State this past week. The newest coach in the Great American Conference. And listening to his presser, you were talking about freshmen in the game.
Right.
And he mentioned he wanted to go the route of upperclassmen playing because he had heard that for every true freshman that you have starting, that equates to a loss.
Wow.
I'd heard that before, but I mean, you know, if you have the true freshman there, that's fine. But if you've got the upperclassmen and they can do it, send them out there and start them.
Yeah, okay. I like that too. Baldwin wasn't yet off the field, so they blew the whistle before starting play again. After that incomplete pass, it's 3rd and 10. Reasoner needs something. He'll air it out again. Drew way too far out in front of him. Interesting play calls here from Arkansas Tech.
I agree. You're moving down the field. They were effective with the methodical drives in the first half. I get it once, maybe the other time, go for it again, and just overthrown.
It's crunch time for Raymond Monica and the Arkansas Tech defense coming up here in just a minute after this punt from Clayton Watson. He's been a key figure in this one, the way he has sent the ball away. High kick again for Watson. And it is deep into the end zone, a touchback.
Let me tell you something. Not only has he been a key factor in this game with his punting, that two-point conversion, how big is that two-point conversion now that he was able to pull off in the first half?
If you missed it earlier, a bobbled snap. Clayton Davis is also the holder. Not only was he able to gain his composure, pick up the ball, but he got past a defender and was able to run it in as well. That's a big, big point right now, 2 points. Arkansas Tech holds a 4-point lead at 31-27. Looking at some of the numbers here so far, that time of possession not only equaling out, but now in favor of the Pitt State Gorillas. They've even taken the first down numbers away. They still trail on the scoreboard, but the stats have definitely flipped to their favor.
They really have, and it all goes back to that final drive of the first half. It's not often that you see a team win the coin toss and elect to just go ahead and go for something in the first half. They did. Now Pitt State in the second half, they really dominated from the word go. 431 total yards for the Gorillas.
You know, we were talking at halftime with the numbers that Arkansas Tech had put up, 364 yards, that they might be able to surpass the numbers of Central Missouri from a couple of years ago, but it doesn't seem that way now.
No, not at the moment.
They're not too concerned about that. They just want to put a drive together and get a stop first.
Notice the pass completion for Pitt State went a long time without completing. Well, had one early and then a long time without any more. 18 of 26 since then. And the balanced offense, 220 through the air, 211 on the ground through three quarters.
They were 10 of 16 at one point. So they've completed 8 of their last 10 now. Here comes the Pitt State Gorillas. I'm telling you, they brought a loud band.
It may just be Roderick's time. You know, LePage has had to come in for him a couple times with injuries through this year. Now Roderick coming in for LePage.
John Roderick has performed well. He's going to drop back and pass. He wants to go deep downfield. Lorenzo West, incomplete. Here comes the flag. D.O. Williams on the coverage. Never turned around.
No, West slowed down. Had to come back to the ball, and he was run smooth over.
Oh, I don't know. Tech's pointing as if it was on the offense. And no foul at all. Get a chance to look at it again. Receiver actually may have been holding on a little bit.
Possibly, yeah. And from that angle, and of course we're looking at it from the side, you get a look there from the back. It doesn't look like there was as much contact at all. Great camera work, by the way.
No call there. Dump off into the flats. Rose, Michael Rose past the 30, 35. Rose to the 39-yard line, and Clay Rose brings him down. 19 yards.
How big is it to have a back like Rose that, okay, you can maybe not get that pass play. Let's just go to Rose again. He's good for 3, 4, 8, 11.
It's Rose on the ground.
6.
Right.
You know.
4. Here's another number for you. He had only 4 catches during the regular season. He's got a couple here today.
He has.
A little wrinkle to the offense for Pitt State. Try to mix things up a bit. mentioned it earlier, but the receiving core is a little bit depleted for Pitt State. Another one is Slade Nordic, suffered a concussion a couple of weeks ago, has not been able to come back from that. He's a junior out of Bartlesville. They're missing him today. But Rose is doing his job up the middle, spins into Arkansas Tech territory, and is inside the 40-yard line. It's another big game for Michael Rose, and Clay Rose the tackle again.
Battle of the Roses there, a war of the Roses, if you will. But Michael's getting the better end of it.
Well, and also, if you're Arkansas Tech, you don't want your linebacker to have to make that tackle. You need somebody to stop it up front first.
Well, there's a lot of arm tackling or attempts at arm tackling going on right now.
Pass this time, Roderick is able to find Andy Otting. The tight end is going to pick up about 3 yards. Quay Rose again.
Quay Rose, one of the first teams on the All Great American Conference team this season. I believe he was a unanimous selection.
At 76 tackles during the regular season, 5 interceptions that led the Great American Conference. Play action for Roderick to the middle, up high for Lorenzo West, incomplete. Big play here, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Byron Pruitt coming off the field. That was Pruitt in the backfield that time, forcing the pass from Roderick a little bit off his mark.
Rose to his left, Roderick on 3rd and 7. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. He's going that way. Austin Panko makes the catch inside the 30-yard line. And Jant Weary out of Mesquite, Texas makes the tackle. But it's first down yardage for the Gorillas.
Just enough. You know where the sticks are. You're able to move them. Tech that time sends 6. And they're trying to get everything they can. They go with the blitz. It just didn't work out for them.
Panko picks up 8 yards. Pitt State nearing the red zone, putting a drive together. Roderick goes for the tight end, Otting again. Incomplete. Quay Rose knocking it away.
It's becoming a point in this game where Pitt State has the ball. We're not calling a play without mentioning Rose.
Right.
For one side or the other.
Pitt State can find the end zone, they'll go over 500 yards of total offense. They're at 484 right now.
Lots of substitutions now happening on that defensive line for Tech.
Got to keep fresh bodies in there. It's Rose on the ground. 25, 20, Rose down the sidelines. 10, 5, touchdown. Michael Rose, and Pitt State takes the lead for the first time today.
Absolutely amazing. And I think you talk about fresh bodies, I think Rose's legs are fresh all the way through. I mean, he has not missed a beat.
It's a 27-yard run for Michael Rose to make it a 3-point game. Here's Jarrett Vincent. It's good, and Arkansas Tech has been outscored 20-0 in the second half. The Wonder Boys will have the ball when we come back in the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl from Texarkana, Arkansas.
While enjoying an Alaskan cruise, Texarkana resident George Coleman experienced pain in his back and arm. He got home Sunday, came to Wadley Regional Medical Center's emergency department Monday, and had 4-vessel bypass surgery on Thursday. Thanks to a successful surgery, George is doing great. At Wadley, you have access to advanced treatments, plus innovative surgical options, plus the backing of our entire heart care network. Choose Wadley, because every emergency matters. Wadley Regional Medical Center, in partnership with physician owners.
When was the last time you felt free? Free of worry, free of fear, free of uncertainty. It's time to uncover that feeling again, because you are protected with the compassion of a cross. that's been trusted for 65 years. The security of a shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists. And the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dare to believe, to laugh, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
A touchdown from Michael Rose gives Pitt State their first lead of the game. And what a drive it was for the Pitt State Gorillas. They go 9 plays, 80 yards, and take 3:03 off the clock. Michael Rose with the touchdown. Extra point makes it Pitt State 34, Arkansas Tech 31. And we're going to see if Arkansas Tech can get something going here in this second half where they've been outscored 20-0. Great American Conference and the Wonder Boys need something. Jared Vincent to kick. Stringer back deep to receive along with Drew Wade. Wade's going to have to let that one go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Just visiting with Dan Wilkes, the sports information director at Pitt State, and checking where something like this ranks for Pitt State, because again, we talk about all the traditional program that this program has. This may not be the largest one ever, but it is the largest rally, at least to this point, since 2011. That was their championship season. They played Northwest Missouri State up in Arrowhead Stadium, and they trailed in the second quarter 28-6 to the Wildcats then. It's a 22-point deficit. They're trailed by 24, this one 31-7. That was about midway through the second quarter. If it does hold on for a victory, that would be a little bit more than they actually won that one, by the way, in 2011, 38-35 against Northwest Missouri. This one would be a little bit more, but Tech may have something still to say about this. More time on the clock.
Dan has done a fantastic job of preparing us for this game. Sports information director at Pitt State. Seema Thomas, the defense, offense, everything clicking right now for the Gorillas. He makes the stop in the backfield. Three-yard loss, 2nd and 13 for the Wonder Boys. Ty Reasoner's going to have to get the arm going. Maybe they were sensing that on the last drive, but wasn't quite able to connect with the target. Salamea coming off the end. He finds Reasoner. Reasoner breaks the tackle. He is still going to lose yardage. Pulled down inside the 20-yard line. Let's head down to the sidelines. A third member of our crew, Paul Smith, standing by.
Thank you, Michael. Stood inside the Tech offensive huddle prior to this series. And the thing that offensive coordinator Brent Dearman was trying to impart on his team is take a deep breath, focus, and execute. Let's see how they're able to do that here on 3rd down. Michael?
Thank you. It's a big play. Got to focus, as you said. 3rd and 16. Ball knocked down. Willie Cooper again.
Tell you what, Reasoner's going to be having nightmares about Cooper and Thomas.
Arkansas Tech's going to have to send it away. John Roderick, 20 of 27, 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Rating of 162.3, and he and his offense are going to have the ball in just a moment here. Watson needs the punt of his life. The line of scrimmage, the 19-yard line. Panko, a chance for a return at the 42. Into Tech territory, and Austin Panko is down at the Arkansas Tech 42-yard line.
Darren Kane.
What a second half it has been from the Gorillas.
No doubt about that.
It'll be 1st and 10, Pittsburgh.
The shift again, momentum shifting near the end of the first half. get the opening drive, take it down to start the second half. And realistic, I mean, just a few little tweaks. I do think one of the bigger ones, it stands out is the change getting Roderick in. And not only that, but Roderick has passed the ball so well. We came in expecting LePage to be the one to pass the ball. If Roderick comes in, he'll probably run it some. Roderick has just been putting on a clinic about putting the ball in the right place. There have been a couple that have been aired out a little bit. Maybe had a little bit too many Wheaties before he threw that ball, but still. I mean, he's done a great job. That's been, I think, the biggest adjustment.
Handoff goes to Michael Rose, follows the blockers.
Now there's somebody that hasn't really had to adjust anything at all. You give it to Michael Rose up the middle. They found him in the flat a couple of times, but right up the middle. Michael Rose, there he goes. Makes his little moves, center step to the left and right. And again, great job by the line too. I don't think that can be underestimated.
Absolutely, might as well. 164 yards now for Michael Rose on 19 carries. We saw this Pitt State team right before halftime manage the clock to perfection for a touchdown. And now with 3 on the play clock, they're going to take a timeout here. They let that one wind all the way down. We're inside 6 to play in the fourth quarter. Pitt State leads Arkansas Tech by 3. We're back after this.
Since the year 1916, Christus St. Michael has been guided by the same mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. For a century, we have strived to provide excellence in medical care, and today, you have made us the region's hospital of choice. From our entire family to yours, we are forever thankful. Christus St. Michael, 100 years of healing.
Farmers Bank and Trust is proud to bring you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Farmers Bank and Trust.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are just some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as
Quarterback keep for John Roderick. Needed 4, picked up that and more for the first down for the Pitt State Gorillas. Let's talk about the clock here, Joey. We're less than 6 to play. We're going to go less than 5 to play before they snap the ball again. 3 timeouts left for the Wonder Boys. When do you start using those?
Not this particular. I don't think so. I don't think right here. I think you have to see what Pitt State's going to do. If I were Pitt State, I think my first, second, and third plays would be Rose, and then, wait for it, Rose.
Absolutely.
See what happens.
Austin Panko in motion, but it is Rose. Rose waits for something to open up. Nothing ever did. He's down at the 30-yard line, and the tackle is by K.J. Reed.
Uh-oh. Well, maybe you don't use Rose on second down. He's going to hobble over to the sideline right here.
Tucker Horak, the freshman from Rossville, Kansas. Carried the ball 71 times this year for 373. Had 1 rushing touchdown. And a couple of fake punts. One-yard gain at 2nd and 9 as Roderick does give to Horak. A little bit there, but not much. He's met by several Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys as they begin to unpile. 4 minutes to play.
If the first down's taken here, then I think in this next series, if you're Tech, you may want to take one for sure. You have Horak in the backfield, by the way, with another punter. If you have 2 punchers set each time, if you're the deep snapper, you really have no excuse to not get it to somebody.
That's right.
I mean, you know, if your snap goes awry at this point and there are 2 people back there, there's no way you can get around that.
I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see one of them run with it. Huge play here for the Arkansas Tech defense. Roderick finds, guess who? Lorenzo West again. He's inside the red zone. It's a big gain. D.O. Williams brings him down. But now you're nearing 3 minutes to play, and Tech's got to use their timeouts now.
I think so, too, and that was just, I mean, we've seen that play, that little slant. It's an inside slant. We see it go to West once again. Gets a step on the defender in the zone, has an opening, and makes the good catch. I think that Rose, by the way, may have just had a little bit of a cramp. He's back out and on the field now for Pitt State.
16-yard gain for Lorenzo West, his 8th catch of the contest. First down and 10, Pitt State in the red zone. It's Rose. Rose breaks away. Michael Rose again. Perhaps just sealed the game for Pitt State. 2:41 remaining. Now 40-31.
It's a two-possession game at this point anyway around, extra point or not. Some of the Tech fans now are go ahead and say, hey, this may be a day to, this may just be a day.
A nearly flawless second half from Pitt State.
My goodness, yes.
Extra point, make it a double-digit lead. The Gorillas, 41, Arkansas Tech, 31. 2:41 remaining. Michael Rose does it again on the ground. His third rushing touchdown, Pitt by 10.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples, because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
Did you know Texarkana College has the highest completion rate of all Texas community colleges?
That means you're more likely to finish your degree when you start at TC.
Affordable tuition, small class sizes, and faculty that treat you like family are some of the reasons why TC is the right choice for you.
We got our start here, and now as employees of TC, we know just how much Texarkana College cares about your education.
Texarkana College is a great place to start or start over.
Visit us at texarkanacollege.edu.
Todd Morrow kicking away for Pitt State. It's fielded by Braden Stringer. He takes it out of the end zone. Stringer to the 20. Tripped up. Braden Stringer to the 25-yard line. A 10-point lead for Pitt State in the fourth quarter. They trailed 31-14 at halftime.
Exactly. Trailed 31-7 with 1:08 remaining in the second quarter. We talked about this a little earlier. If they were to go ahead and win, it would be the largest rally in recent memory. They trailed by 22 against Northwest Missouri State and in Arrowhead Stadium back in 2011. That was the year they won the national championship. By the way, this is another neutral field.
Razorback Stadium, maybe better than Arrowhead Stadium. Arkansas Tech needs something. They need it quick. They'll work it to the sidelines, and the catch is made. That's J.V. Davis stepping out of bounds, picking up a few yards and stopping the clock, but not much there for the Wonder Boys. 4-yard gain.
Well, 5 years into the Live United Bowl here, and so there are records to talk about. This will be a record-setting day in at least one category, 72 points on the board. That tops what was put on the board back in 2014.
Jacob Dean, a catch, and the defense, Jonte Baldwin that time, he's backing off, giving Dean some space. They'll give up that short yardage play.
Back in 2014, 3 years ago, Central Missouri over Southwestern Oklahoma. It was over Southeastern Oklahoma, 48-21. So this is the highest scoring game in the Live United Bowl history.
Tech on 3rd down and 3. Tevin McKenzie down to the turf for the grab. Got 4 yards to move the chains. And now with 2 minutes to go, Reasoner has to hurry. On 4 wide, under pressure. Willie Cooper chasing him, throws it out of bounds.
Defenders were out of bounds already anyway, so Nothing would have gone right with that.
Yeah. Stops the clock. 1:50 remaining.
I think you may want to look downfield one time here. Maybe not on second down, but you do need to look down the field, see if you can get an opening.
Reasoner with Allen to his right. Ty Reasoner looking for the short pass again. Jonte Baldwin steps in and says, not today against Jacob Dean.
What a great leap, too. Backed off just enough. He wasn't looking for the interception. He's looking to knock this one down, just playing solid defense.
Jonte Baldwin also runs track for the Pitt State Gorillas. Third and 10 for Arkansas Tech. Reasoner with the play action. Looking. Reasoner incomplete to Jacob Dean behind him. Here's your game, 4th down and 10 for Arkansas Tech. They need the 47-yard line in their own territory to keep the drive going.
You know, in the first 3 years of the Live United Bowl, the MVP, the outstanding player, went to an offensive player. Last year, went to Devontae Williams from A&M Kingsville. Had an interception, fumble recovery. I think there's something that could be said about some of these defensive players for Pitt State in the second half. In the second half, and one of them is Seymour Thomas.
Absolutely, I think so. Secondary's played big. Reasoner's under pressure on 4th and 10. Pitt State brings him down. Demetrius Bernard. And Pitt State is going to win the Live United Bowl. Wow, the first sack today.
Wow. That's incredible that is the first sack, because there have been gorillas in the backfield. That should be the title of the movie, by the way. There have been gorillas in the backfield throughout the afternoon. And Reasoner's been able to escape and elude all day long until the final snap on offense, and Pitt State with an opportunity to run this clock out.
Arkansas Tech has all 3 timeouts left. They made it out of that last drive without using one. Roderick works under center now with 2 backs behind him. And Pitt State 41, Arkansas Tech 31. Carry inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. And the tackle made by Chris Kale on Kenyon Shurik. Arkansas Tech does use their timeouts here, so of course that's a first down. Can't allow them those big yards either. They're going to get the ball back. Pitt State chanting, "I believe we will win." I guess they know that the Arkansas High student body sings that here whenever the Razorbacks are getting close to a win. Well, Joey, I said it was a flawless second half from Pitt State. I'm racking my brain trying to find something they did wrong.
I really can't think of much. I mean, it's a defense that held the Wonder Boys that had just run up and down the field through 20-plus minutes, let's say 25 minutes of the first half, shut them out. It's an offense that finally found its groove. I mean, with all respect to Stella, I mean, you know, it finally found a groove, finally found a way to make something happen. Roderick coming in, and I think Roderick being successful with the pass. I said at the outset, the team that passes well today will be the team that wins. I thought it would be Tech.
So Shurik is the running back again. It's first down and 10 at the Tech 12-yard line. Shurik still running hard. We'll take it near the 5-yard line. Stop him at the 6-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. Clock still rolling. Don't know if Tech is going to take their timeouts after all. Roderick, 21 of 28, 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Arkansas Tech decided not enough time remaining anyways. Down by 2 scores. We're inside a minute to play. Lorenzo West, 8 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown. Michael Rose on the ground, 21 carries, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. He ran for an average of 8.4 yards a carry. You know, I kind of like this move by Monica. It allows Pitt State to go into that victory formation. They'll need to kneel it down one more time. There's the timeout. Okay. So 41 seconds remaining, and Tech has one timeout left now. We'll look at some of the numbers in this one. All Arkansas Tech in the first half. They led 31-7 at one point, 31-14 at the break, and now 27 points by Pitt State here in the second half. We said their time of possession was 33 minutes, 30 seconds. They're going to get to 31 minutes. It did not look as if that was going to be the case in the first half, and they controlled the clock in the second half. 30 first downs in this game. And as you said, the passing numbers is what really stands out.
Oh, no doubt.
Look at the rushing numbers.
Yeah.
300
yards rushing, and the passing numbers were a little higher earlier, but then Michael Rose really stepped it up, and what an afternoon for the senior. 21 carries, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. Amazing. That is the way to go out.
Roderick gives to the up back that time, and he's going to carry bodies to the end zone. Another touchdown for Pitt State. Devontae Brown, a redshirt freshman, has a bowl game score.
Now the timeout taken gave an opportunity for Pitt State to put 6 more points, possibly 7 on the board.
That's right. So it's 33 points in the second half from Pitt State. Jared Vincent on to attempt the extra point. And that one is up and good. So Pitt State 35 seconds away from winning the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl. We're back in a moment.
At Express Employment Professionals
in Gulfport, Mississippi,
in Springfield, Illinois,
in Bend, Oregon,
in Champaign, Illinois,
in Oklahoma,
in Corpus Christi, Texas,
in Jersey City, in Fishers, Indiana,
here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're on a mission. We're on a mission.
We're on a mission.
We're on a mission. A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
A mission.
We're on a mission to put 1 million people to work.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield, accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Pitt State another touchdown, and the knee will be taken in the end zone. 48-31, Pitt State leading Arkansas Tech. Less than a minute to play. And with that touchdown, Joey, Pitt State has just tied Central Missouri for most points by one team in a Live United Bowl game, as Central Missouri won their contest by the score of 48-21 against Southeastern a couple of years ago. 3 years ago, actually. I guess Tech will take Ty Reesner out of the game. Joshua Qualls, a junior from Rogers, Arkansas, will have the last snap. Give to the tailback. And for Arkansas Tech, it's Braden Stringer cutting to the outside. Will have a first down. He picks up 11. The clock will stop with 28.4 remaining.
You know, Michael, one of the things that you pointed out is the fact that there are many juniors that are on this Tech roster. They do have a taste now of postseason play. 7 points away, or 8 points, I guess, away from going to the playoffs in postseason play. So really maybe something to build on coming into 2018.
Yeah, without a 1-point loss to Arkansas Monticello, this is more than likely a Division II playoff team.
Yes.
And then, of course, a loss to Harding at the end of the year by 7.
Boy, that Monticello game was something. 46-45 midway through the year.
It did not look like it after one half of play, but Pitt State is going to win 6 games in a row to end the year. 3 seconds left. And from the MIAA, the Pitt State Gorillas win the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl 48-31 over Great American Conference opponent Arkansas Tech. Coming up in our post-game coverage, Paul Smith will visit with Tim Beck. We'll also turn it over to Live United Bowl Commissioner Alan Brown for the presentation of the trophy. Rod Smith is going to be on hand for that as well. It was a tale of 2 halves, and Paul Smith has the winning coach. Take it away, Paul.
Thanks, Michael. It was not just a tale of 2 halves. It was really a tale of 2 seasons. Going back to October 7th, your team had some struggles. Since then, it's been an entirely different Pittsburgh State team, and really, it seems like if there was ever a game that embodied your season, this was it.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, well, we just didn't play very good early on. They got to give Arkansas Tech a lot of credit. They came out and really had a nice game plan, did a lot of really tough things for us alignment-wise, and we did not adjust for it. We adjusted well at halftime, but they kind of got after us there a little bit, but it was really proud of our guys not to panic, go in and come out of the locker room and go get that first score and then finish the game.
Judging it the way your season turned back then, it seems like that kind of character, that kind of comeback from your team really doesn't surprise you. Obviously, being able to come back is always a challenge, but your team was up to it and you knew it.
I think our coaches, got to be pretty level-headed when you get in certain situations because it's pretty easy to panic in those situations. I think it's a, credit to our coaching staff and did a great job of going in and making some nice adjustments at halftime. And then got to give our kids the rest of credit because they came out and played extremely hard in the second half.
Congratulations on a bowl win, Coach.
Okay, thank you very much.
Michael, Joey, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Paul. So Pitt State now in their 7th postseason bowl game, have a record of 5-2. By the way, Joey, the last time in 2013 when they played in the bowl game, they beat Southwest Minnesota State 90-28. So
they can put points on the board.
And they did that here today. 48-31, the final over Arkansas Tech. Again, we will have the presentation of the trophy to the team and also to our most valuable player. That is still coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Pitt State Gorillas, just a dominating second half. They never gave up, and the numbers will show that as well. 578 yards of total offense, 312 on the ground, 315 through the air. It ended up being a balanced day.
It really did, and I look at those numbers. That's just amazing to think about.
Excuse me, 266 through the air.
Yeah, 266, 312 on the ground. It's just the passing, though, from John Roderick. 21 of 28 for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback rating, by the way, of 164.9. Rose's numbers as well. I mentioned those 21 carries for 177 yards and 3 touchdowns, 8.4 yards per carry. And when you think about, Roderick had to have someone to throw it to. How about Lorenzo Rest? 8 receptions on the afternoon, 85 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I know he'd played through injuries this year, but his efficiency rating was 83.7 at the end of the regular season. So
pretty much doubled that today.
Yeah, more than doubled it. Unbelievable. Defensively, they were led by Darian Taylor. He had 9 tackles. Josh Hornback also had 9. And, all the way around, this defense picked it up when they needed to. How about the batted balls? They were knocking passes down from Ty Reasoner throughout the game in big moments, too.
Right. I mean, Thomas was just into the backfield all afternoon long. Again, I'm not buying 6-1. Someone needs to check that out.
9 pass breakups. Jonte Baldwin had 2. Willie Cooper had 2. Now on the other side for Arkansas Tech, their numbers, Reasoner was 17 of 37, 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. Arkansas Tech on the ground, Brian Allen, 22 carries, 163 for 2 scores. And Braden Stringer was held in check today, 6 carries, 33 yards. They were led by Quay Rose, 9 tackles, and Seth Culp also had 9 as well.
Good afternoon for Quay Rose.
Michael Rose named the most valuable player of the 5th annual Agent Barry Live United Bowl, and rightfully so for what he did today.
Congratulations.
3 rushing touchdowns, Joey.
Great game.
It really.
Hope you
know,
enjoy that.
They just couldn't stop him. And Paul.
Go Gorillas.
Go.
We'll send it down onto the field now to the commissioner of the Live United Bowl. Here is Alan Brown.
Coach Beck, what a great comeback. Can't say enough about how proud we are to have Pitt State in our bowl game this year. We knew we were going to have a real competitive football game. We felt like we were when we started. Couldn't be happier with the way that things turned out as far as logistically and our meals and everything that we were able to do, cooperation we had from your team. But what a great ball game your team played. And we've got a great thing going here, and we can build on that by having Pittsburgh State here. And Pittsburgh State wins. Arkansas Tech had a great ball game, just come up a little bit short today, and we want to give them a round of applause. But kind of talk for a second about what this win means to you and your program as you move forward into the offseason.
Well, I got to tell you, I think our coaches, first of all, did a fantastic job of not panicking in the situation because it didn't look very good in the beginning. And like one of the guys that just asked me a question, it kind of had a lot to do the same comparisons that we had with our season this year. We weren't very good early on, but we were pretty darn good at the end, and we were pretty darn good today in the second half. So got to give the players all the credit. They played extremely hard in the second half. They didn't panic. They stuck to the game plan. Our defensive coaches made some nice adjustments at halftime, and you got to really be proud of these guys because they really have stuck with it and got great leadership by older guys. So appreciate the heck out of them.
Coach Beck, on behalf of the Agent Barry Live United Bowl, Rod Smith is going to present you this year's 2017 championship trophy. Hey, fellas, I want you to know that we have enjoyed having you. Thank you for Grillin' Nation for coming to Texarkana. We've enjoyed having you.
Alan Brown, the chairman of the Live United Bowl, presenting the trophy along with Rod Smith. Michael Rose, the MVP. Joey, good first half from Arkansas Tech, a better half from Pittsburgh State in the second.
Exactly. Arkansas Tech winds up with a fantastic season. They go postseason. I think they have a lot to hang their hat on for the year. And for Pitt State, Michael, we got to watch what is likely a historic rally in a traditional program like this, a fantastic game.
705 all-time wins now in the history of Pitt State, and they finished the season 8-4. Arkansas Tech will also finish the season at 8-4. Early on in the first half, Ty Reasoner looked like he was going to be the man to take Arkansas Tech to victory, but Michael Rose rushed his way to victory for Pitt State in the second half. A special thank you to the Live United Bowl chairman Alan Brown and the committee for their opportunity to let us broadcast this fantastic event. A big special thanks to Arkansas Tech and Pittsburgh State as well. For our spotter Cameron Lumpkin and for my broadcast partners Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith, I'm Michael Westbrook. This has been the Live United Bowl in Texarkana, Arkansas.